It's maybe the dumbest question that's ever come up here.
I don't have either, so.
What's more taboo?
Probably stepfather would be a little more taboo.
I don't know. I disagree with that.
Like if you find yourself lying in bed with your wife's father and you're just like, yeah, this is normal.
That would seem taboo to me.
But that could like happen like on a camping trip or something, you know. It's cold out. It's cold out and you got, I guess like it's just time to warm up.
No.
Yeah, the father-in-law.
There's something kind of romantic about it in general.
There's nothing romantic about it.
Now, Doug,
he's the father of your wife.
If you're...
So you're cucking your mom?
Nurse?
No,
and your wife.
Yeah, I mean...
Cucking your mom and your
mother and father. Both taking...
Stepfather, you'd be cucking your mom.
What, Doug, let's say let's put hypotheticals out there. You're the daughter, and I'm your husband.
I don't like the starts of this.
I don't know if I like it either, but we're going to play the handout. And you catch me, would you be more mortified if I'm having sex with your dad or my dad?
What?
It's a good question.
Is it equal?
Scenario so hideous, I don't even want to contemplate it.
I didn't mean to put you in the eyes of the daughter. I just...
Yeah, would the daughter be more mad at the father or her husband?
Or his dad, did you
father.
say?
Yeah,
his own father?
So would you be mortified if you, the daughter, walked in and me, the husband, your husband, was having sex with your dad, or you were walking in and I was having sex with my dad?
Stepfather.
Stepdad, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, the dad he gets a little too real.
Law enforcement
It wouldn't matter. It's both so ghastly that you would just say, that's it. I'm out.
Yeah.
There'd be no discussion, right?
I think it's equal. Yeah, I think I agree. It's probably equal.
At least you're keeping the cucking in the family.
Cut. I'll leave it at the 4.
It's a big day for me. I was texting with Bob Costas yesterday.
Is he coming on?
No. Well, I was trying to get him on the podcast. He won't come on the show, you know that?
No.
I guess that would be hijacking.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to say it earlier because, Tim, I don't know, you brought it up before you talked about Gottlieb. You said one of the questions you had yesterday was about how media has changed.
Okay.
And when I asked him if he'd come on the podcast, I mean, he's always been nice to me.
You have a regular podcast now?
No. But when I have something.
You were going to start a podcast with Bob Costas.
I tell him my podcast. Well, what am I going to tell him?
You don't even have a regular podcast, and you were asking him.
I say podcast. What am I going to say, Bob? Can you come on straight to the web with Iggy?
Yeah, honestly, where were you? I was thinking you were doing this for my podcast. What podcast?
Well, it'll be straight to the web.
Oh, okay.
But I don't call it that way.
It'd be a big moment for him.
When I try to get people on, I say my podcast. I don't say, can you come on our straight to the web that nobody listens to? And we don't know where it's going to be posted.
I was starting to wonder, is this a Pepper and Genie guest?
No, we put everything.
Bob Costas. Yeah, you know, Iggy, I'm glad you asked me. I was listening to you guys on the Roe versus Wade debate, and I wanted to chime in. And I really enjoyed when you had to miss the show last week, and your co-host talked about how he liked to finish.
Well, those are just the standard topics. He knows when you're a man down.
That's where you go.
Well, you play the hits.
And those were the cuts of the week.
You can get an insurance quote anywhere. Ask yourself, what is my provider doing for me? Do I have to hit prompts? Do I have to deal with chatbots? Am I put on hold? Is it always a different person? Are they local? Are they proactive in the community? Do they represent the #1 provider of auto and home insurance in the U.S.? The James Carlton State Farm team is comprised of individuals right here in your neighborhood. We are out supporting our Blues, Cardinals, Bills, and Tigers. Do something new in 22 and kick the out-of-town companies to the curb. Give us a call or go online to carltoninsurance.net. If your insurance costs a leg and an arm, call James Carlton, State Farm.
Hey, this is Tim McKernan, and I am here with Ryan Kelly, the HomeLoanExpert.com. And a lot of people can write checks, but Ryan, you go above and beyond, and you put your money where your mouth is, and you go out there and you talk the talk and you walk the walk, and you've been doing it for years.
Yeah, you know, that's true. True that. We put as much effort into delivering first-in-class customer service with the mortgages as we put into giving back into our communities. You know, we're known throughout St. Louis, lowest rates, quickest close times, all that great stuff. We've helped thousands of people get in the home of their dreams, tens of thousands refinance. Proud of all that. But what we're really proud of is the work we do for those in need the most. And started climbing mountains going on 9 years ago for Friends of Kids with Cancer right here in St. Louis. And that initiative has now grown into a full nonprofit 503c. And the KeepClimbingFoundation.org is the result. This year we've climbed 8 mountains, raising money for Friends Forensic Kids, St. Jude, and many others. Come climb with us. For real, come climb with us. Learn more today at keepclimbingfoundation.org.
Remember how life used to be exciting and hold promise for all the good things to come?
I used to work with a pastry chef from Bombay. His name was Mesfin.
Remember waking up on Christmas morning and believing in something?
Now, how that will happen, we haven't yet worked out, but I do believe in it.
Well, that's all gone.
In the air, left field, and gone.
Best you can hope for now is a glass of bourbon and a plate full of ribs to distract you from your impending mortality.
I could use some of that pork, pig boy.
Don't fight it. Salt and smoke.
Okay.
Hot takes.
Yeah. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini.
And now the Pepperoncini Show with Darren Atkins and Ken Stroh. All right, take it, fellas.
There it is. That's the open.
Pepperoncini.
Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini.
We don't know what it is. We don't understand the name. We just know it's stupid. And it's available every weekday, featuring Iggy and the Plowboy. Apparently it's some kind of a podcast or something. Available at tmastl.com and on the TMASTL mobile app. Whatever.
There's a lot of common sense and Western wisdom like don't squat with your spurs on and always drink upstream from the herd. And there's also some Western wisdom that's less common, like never steal from a bear what you can't make for yourself, or a man doesn't know his worth until he's eye to eye with a rattlesnake holding a toad. I'm sure there's a good lesson in there somewhere, but there's one lesson that is perfectly clear. Fistful of Bourbon is an award-winning blend of 5 straight bourbons and as smooth as a banker on Friday. Get wise and pick up a bottle today. Don't be a damn fool. Please enjoy responsibly. Imported by William Grant & Sons, New York, New York. This is Tim McKernan. I'd like to tell you about a company I started just a couple of years ago and I still own. And it's called Sound Story. It's essentially a 1-hour interview that we do either in person or via Zoom with mothers, fathers, grandmothers, grandfathers. They come in and they tell their stories, education, growing up, and of course, family stories, the wisdom that they can share with their loved ones for generations to come. It's an audio heirloom. It's Sound Story. To learn more, go to mysoundstory.com.
Live from the Michelob Ultra Studios, KPN-TFM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. This is TMA All Day. Rise and shine, St. Louis. It's the Ryan Kelly Morning After on KPN-TFM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. At the Morning After STL on YouTube and on TMASTL.com with Tim McKernan, Doug Vaughn, Iggy Strode, The Plowboy, and Action Jackson.
7:09 in St. Louis, Missouri. This is the Ryan Kelly Morning After. This is the Munganess 7 o'clock hour. Munganess, the official automotive partner of the Ryan Kelly Morning After. Across from me is Douglas Elvin Vaughn, Ken Iggy Strode, and the great Jennings Randolph Jr. Jay, how are you, sir?
Good. Great is an overused term. That is for sure. Little rain this morning. A lot of rain last night, and be careful out there. There's certain areas, I'm sure, that are having trouble again.
Was Sullivan affected? Is the golf course going to be saturated, Jay?
I
on the path?
had mentioned that when you all got the 11, 10, 13 inches, whatever that was, the record historic rainfall, we got about 1.5 inches.
Oh, wow.
And I mean to tell you, we have been in drought-like conditions since the 1st of July. And we needed it bad.
Mm-hmm.
But we got a healthy amount last night and overnight, and there's actually standing water on the golf course. So while that normally would be a bad thing, it's kind of good as we get ready for the weekend in the Calcutta.
I heard there was a couple of accidents on eastbound 44. I was worried about you. One on Antire and 44.
I stayed in the loo last night.
Oh, you did? That was a good thing.
I did. I got to see my son, stayed in the loo, and just chilled. I did something yesterday I hadn't done in a long time.
I'm excited to hear.
I took a nap.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I had not taken one, and I mean...
Study came out last week that showed people that take naps don't live as long as
They don't live... Well, I'm trying to get out of here.
Are you?
Well, you're with the golf thing. I mean, you're at the golf course.
Well, I understand, but I can, if I want to, I can say...
Well, yeah. I'll be in the back doing some tea times. Just
right.
Wake me up in 3 hours.
But it just... and when I woke up, I was like, what happened? What? Because it's been so long.
It's disorienting.
So it was kind of nice. So a good day yesterday. Back to the heart of the matter today. Back to Sully. Got to leave a little early today, as I told you. We got some things going on. But looking forward to a big program.
You're going to play 18 holes today down there.
I'm not.
Because that's what you get to do when you work at a golf course. You just play all the time.
No, as I recommend to people, if you want to play golf, do not get in the golf business.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, that would be the play.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Teaching professionals, they think they play every day. They hardly ever play.
Yeah, if you're in the golf business, unless you've got a really good situation, maybe a club pro that's got a good staff that the membership wants to play, wants him to be a player, there aren't a lot of jobs like that.
No.
Well, no, it's a lot of behind-the-scenes work and getting your hands dirty and all that stuff.
Listening to people that don't have a clue what they're talking about.
So today is supposed to be the day of the 68-mile-per-hour challenge, but is the weather going to be a concerning factor?
Ben, what do you think?
Yeah, I think we'll wait till tomorrow.
Oh, for heaven's sakes.
Well, what's one more day?
For
What does it matter?
heaven's sakes.
Might get some more people interested.
Think I'm going to go get a bionic arm by tomorrow? It's raining, and it's going to rain, and tomorrow's going to be nice.
You're going to be another day older tomorrow.
Well,
It could be another mile an hour off your
But
fastball.
maybe another day of lifting.
This, no. This moves out tonight, and tomorrow's going to be nice, sunny, and about 90. So tomorrow we'll do it tomorrow. I'll be drying out and won't have to worry about my footing on the wet grass. I mean, I can't wear cleats on the concrete. So.
We're going to go to grass?
No,
Where's
on
the
the
grass
concrete.
around here?
I said on the concrete. I said there is no grass. Where I'm not going to have cleats on.
Oh.
Concrete is what's one more day? Who cares?
I don't know.
I'm either going to do it or I'm not going to do it. One day's not going to matter.
I wouldn't think so.
Many of the listeners feel like you're not going to do it.
Well, I don't care. They're not the ones throwing.
Right.
They're not even the ones that came up with the idea. Doug just happened to throw out, could you throw 68? And I said, yeah. And everybody chimed in.
Yep.
So,
Jay, if you have standing water on your course, does that mean Iggy can or cannot have his cart off the path? It's from Minute Bowl eligible.
As it relates to places where I am quote-unquote in charge, because of my relationship with Ken for some 30 years, Ken can do whatever he'd like.
Oh, he usually does anyway.
At a property I'm at.
but I follow rules.
Except the cart path rule.
No, I followed that. If I would have seen a sign that said 90 degree, I wouldn't have went off the cart path.
But that was the rule.
No, it wasn't. Well, it was, but I didn't see it. They didn't have a sign out. They didn't have a sign out.
There might not be a sign.
How about palm firm? Well, I'll just give you an example.
Okay.
And I'm not talking about the Photoshop pictures when I was caddying for Chrissy Blake.
Beer cats.
There's a sign, as Jay knows, as you go to the first tee up by the blue tees. There's a sign that says either carts on path today, or it'll say 90 degree rule today. That sign said 90 degree rule. Okay.
Well,
I mean, it rained a little bit, but there's not huge puddles out there.
Oh, I don't know.
Well, I get inside, and he says, I understand you've been off the path. I said, yeah, it's 90
Was it
degrees.
Mike D?
No,
Billy.
it was probably Billy.
Yeah.
And he goes, well, there's a sign right here. I said, where? Right here on the counter.
On the counter.
As you check in. I said, when was the last time I checked in?
That's a very good
When was
point.
the last time I've come in and said,
You don't even bother to check in.
Touche.
What
You just
time's
get
my tee
out of
time?
your car and right onto
Right
the
to the
course?
tee.
yeah, we're right to the cart? Yeah.
You just take a cart.
Kind of a made
Well, of
man.
course.
How do you get the key? You got to go up front
There's
to get the key.
keys in the cart, Doug. When was the last time you played golf?
Oh, but yesterday?
Did you take a cart?
No.
Okay.
But a week ago,
I would
did,
bang
and
you
they-
right now if you let me.
They
The
have to
cart's
give you a key.
No, the keys are in the cart.
So you just get out of the car, help yourself to any cart you want, and start playing at any time that you want.
I usually
And
go-
if they had a bag guy, the bag guy out of respect would go get his
We'll go
bag.
get
but
the
we
bag,
don't have
yeah.
we don't have a bag.
And then
They don't have a
No, I
if
usually
that's not
putt
enough,
first.
you drive over the wet course claiming you didn't see the
Well,
rule because you
I
don't
didn't
check
go in wet places. If I see a huge puddle, I'm not driving out there.
I don't know about that.
You know, it was dry. But I don't know. Somebody said Iggy's off the path. I said, well, I didn't see the sign.
We saw pictures.
I said, go look at the sign out there. What does it say?
There was a picture.
Well, we didn't change that.
Picture
Oh.
had standing water, and Iggy was off the path.
Yeah.
Well, that was Photoshop.
And then it was memorialized in a video game of the Normandy course, and there's a cart off on 7. Yeah.
You ran over a couple of fish.
No, there was a. Now, I will say one time that we got caught. Cletus got caught in a low-lying area.
Now Cletus is taking forever.
Well, it was Cletus who did it. And he got stuck in just a quagmire.
Oh.
And I said, what are you doing? And he goes, we got to get out of here. And he started pushing, and he was covered in mud.
That's
I mean, just from head to toe, just mud. And that was a bad
Oh, that's
day.
awesome.
No, it wasn't. It was a bad day. I was a little upset myself. I said, what are you doing? You could have went around.
Quote, it's not my fault because I didn't see the sign. A nearly 70-year-old man who has the brain of a child. It's from the 636.
What do you mean? What does it matter how old I am? The sign said 90 degree. They just didn't change it.
Not the one up front.
They put, I didn't go in front.
Ignorance of the law is no excuse.
Well, yes, it is.
No.
Well, you tell that to Officer Taiano.
If I don't go inside and see that sign and I see the one that's out by the golf course, which one are you going to believe? Well, look, 90 degrees.
Everybody else
90
goes
degrees.
inside the clubhouse.
Well, I don't.
He's not everybody else, Dave.
He certainly isn't.
He's not everybody else.
Anyway, that's so long ago. And so far
Has the
away.
course recovered from it yet?
That's why they're selling it.
Yeah, they're selling it. They're demolishing it in November to redo the cart path marks I've left.
I bet they'll have to.
That's the first thing Jack said. He goes, I don't need to do anything. What are these?
What is this? Who's this guy?
Where do these cart marks come from?
Blow it up.
Don't people keep on the path?
We know you didn't see the sign. It rained a foot. It's common knowledge, you dolt. Get some self-awareness from Harrison's brother, Master.
Well, you weren't there.
Probably have to change his name now that Harrison Bader is no longer.
Keep carts on the path is one of the worst sentences you can ever hear.
Yeah, it's rough.
Yeah.
Not what you're looking for.
It's not that far.
It's bad. It's bad.
The,
It's not far if you're hitting. every
there are
ball.
people. There are people that will not play. Period.
Yeah, I'm sure. It's not bad if you're hitting every shot in the middle of the fairway.
No.
But if you're like us, the
All
rest of
over
us
the
who are
place.
right, left, Army golf, then you're walking almost more than if you just walked.
No, you're right.
There are days. Then look, I'm not a guy who can shape the ball, but I can. I'm trying to get rid of that, and I'm actually playing a little right to left. But if I can try to hit it right to left, I'm not good enough where it's always going to go right to left or left to right. But I've been trying to play right to left.
It's harder with the drivers nowadays.
Yeah, but if it's a day where it's carts on path, carts on the left, I'm going to try to hook it. Carts on the right, I'm going to cut it.
You'll play for cart.
I'm playing for cart pass.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, every golf course you go to, do you just go right to the cart and get in and take off? Or is this just Normandy?
Gateway, if I know I'm comped, I just drop my clubs off. I go inside.
Pretty good shot at
Get some water.
Just strut around a little bit.
I get
say,
some
ain't
water.
paying.
I take my clubs. I put them on a cart. Give the cart guy a little tip of the hat, and it's off to the putting green.
Light up to Salem.
Yep.
Don't you have to stop and sign and take some pictures and everything?
Well, if they ask, I will. But normally I don't. I don't stop and ask, do you want a picture? If they ask me.
You should try that one out, though. Next time you're at Gateway. Just
Want a picture?
Yeah. You
Most of
want a
those cart
picture.
guys don't know who I am. They're young kids.
Right. But if
Now,
they were like
now I see players out there. Iggy. And they'll come over and take
You
a
would have
picture.
felt like Jackson when two people, at least he thought people bid on him being in their foursome. And then he showed up and said, "Here I am." They said, "Who the hell are you?"
That's exactly
Well,
right.
they-
Didn't
sure.
you spend $800
Yeah.
on me? No, we don't know who you are.
No, well, the charity never got the money.
And one of
Hot
the
dog guy
guys
did.
was either at trivia night or maybe the Dotem, and he was like, "Hey, like I was one of the guys that didn't bid on you, but thought bid on you." I was like, "Oh yeah." He was like, "I'm sorry about that. That was really awkward." I was like, "Yeah."
And what was your charity you
So
chose?
they got 800 for
Mary
you.
Meyer Foundation.
Yeah, you
What's
chose my charity and never got the money.
What's up?
You got 800 for it.
That's what was claimed, but who knows?
And this is the old one.
This is the hot dog dough. You're not playing for cart path right or left, Ken. You're playing to break 100. Jesus, that's from Araby.
I don't.
Maybe chiming in.
I don't play to hit any score.
You just play for what?
Go out and have fun. What am I at? 89, 2 holes to go. I need 2 5s. I don't think that way. I get done playing. I say, what I shoot?
Tervis Parrish writes in and says, the game would be better without carts.
Kidding me?
I got to at least have a pull cart. I'm not lugging a bag around 18 holes.
I
I'm not
don't
doing
know.
it.
I know what he's getting at.
Sure.
The overall game wouldn't be better because the numbers would be smaller, much smaller.
Yeah, because there's a fair amount of older gentlemen that like to go out and play golf.
Sure,
during the week.
but he's right. I mean, don't get me wrong. Those of us, which are certainly 3 of us, and Doug maybe at some time, spent a significant time hoofing it, carrying their bag, know that it's a different experience than driving a cart. And the places that I've been fortunate enough to play that require a caddy make the experience, or in my case, have made the experience even better. Places like Ballybunion or
Valley Bunyan.
Yeah.
Well,
I had
yeah.
one of those on my right foot once.
In Ireland, I would walk all day.
Well, you'd
because
have
there's
to.
so much
Yeah,
scenery.
no option.
And I don't mind walking if I don't have to carry my own bag.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the those places say you gotta hoof it.
Yeah. Now, when we play Sawgrass, you're allowed to take a cart, but you have to have a four caddy, which is great. I love the four caddy.
A lot of the courses are very hilly. That's no fun to walk. A lot of them have quite a distance between
Yeah,
the green to the
tees
next
and-
tee.
yeah,
That's
I mean,
no fun.
I know what he's saying. Trust me, and I appreciate when I see a player like that is into it, has their carry bag, is looking forward to their walk, because there is a difference in walking and carrying your bag and playing golf and in a cart. I just think there is.
Yeah, there is. It's very relaxing, I think. I try to walk as much as I can when I play. You know, if me and Cletus or whoever I'm in the cart with, I say, now walk. You know, I grab
You
a
just
couple
said
clubs.
you try to hit the ball right to the cart path.
If it's carts on path. But if it's a nice day and, you know, I'm in the middle of the fairway and I 5-iron him up toward the green and he's way over on the left, I said, I'll just grab my putter and a wedge. I'll walk up.
You hitting that 5-iron solid now?
Not really. But I enjoy walking. Now, Jay and I played Dominican for 6 days.
With the caddies.
We walked every day. And that's like, there's like 9 holes that are along the Atlantic.
I mean, you're walking along the ocean.
Yeah, so that's fun. You don't want to, you actually want to enjoy that and soak it in.
I've never played a round of golf with a caddy. Never
I haven't
once.
either.
Really?
I'd be
once.
uncomfortable doing it. I'd be uncomfortable doing it.
It depends where you are and who you're with, because the caddy at times can be a huge asset. And I'm not just talking about, I mean, just if you get the right caddy and the way he talks to you and he tells you the history about the place and where to go, where to not hit it, it's at a lot of places it's a unique experience with a caddy.
Yeah. Well, at your level of play, it's different
Well,
than
but
those
I
of us
s-
just trying to get off the tee.
I think you both might be surprised if you go play Pebble and had a caddy, or we're at National Golf Links and had a caddy, or Pinehurst have a caddy. It's pretty cool.
Golf needs weekend rules to speed up the game. I love golf, but I can't lose 5.5 hours of my Saturdays. From the Hunchback of Von
Go listen to Pepper and Genie from yesterday.
You talked about pace of play?
That's all I'll say. I'll tease it. Go listen to it.
Jay, I've noticed, because I play a lot of weekends at public courses, specifically in the afternoon, and I noticed that the biggest holdup is always, it's these twosomes that don't pair up.
Correct.
Like, and I don't know if it's the course not saying, hey, you got to pair up, but when you have 3 twosomes behind a foursome,
it's tough.
Everyone's going to wait up, whereas you could just pair up, and then it would you wouldn't even notice the play being a little slower, because you would play a little slower, but you would be waiting a lot less.
And Iggy brought this up earlier. The people, I use Gateway as an example because I know it and worked there and lived it. They will not make exceptions. I mean, they have a starter until about 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and if it says on his tee sheet, Spitzfadden and then Jones and Jones, he's going to make Jones and Jones play with Spitzfadden. It's just
no doubt.
because they have such, when you have that stacked a golf course and you're trying to generate as much revenue from that golf course as the owner, while keeping the enjoyment of the customer there, you almost have to do it.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, and I've found some of the most fun
You ought to
rounds
see
I've
Sullivan.
had.
It gets goofy, man. Real
People have to. What happens, and this happened at the Dotem, and because we went off in eightsomes.
Yeah.
And I think it's much. I actually changed our Megan Meyer Foundation tournament to eightsomes.
You got that many players?
Yeah, but people complain about how long it takes, and I said we're going to do eightsomes this year. Just try it.
Yeah.
If they don't like it, then we go back next year. But trust me, it's quicker. You don't have to wait on every tee.
Right.
You're playing an eightsome, but you got the whole hole to yourself. Well, me and Plowsy are up on 12 hitting shots. Here comes a foursome. And then
They decided not to play
here
with
comes
the
another
other four.
foursome.
Yep.
And then they're waiting. And I said,
Why aren't
what happened here? We just want to play by ourselves.
Yeah,
And they don't listen. They may go off it as a foursome, but then they get to a couple holes. Go ahead. We're going to.
That's when Sean would get out of his desk at Gateway.
Oh, yeah, he'd drive out.
I would take care of that real quick.
Starter Pat at Gateway is the GOAT. Runs a real tight ship. It's from Tervis Parish.
He's a good dude, too.
Very good dude.
Yeah, that's I feel like some of the best rounds I've ever played have been just paired up with kind of random people.
Yeah, the people get, they get worried about it. What's this person going to think about me? Maybe I'm not as good a player as them. just play. Just play and have fun.
Right. And yeah, if you're going out as a twosome on the weekend, you should expect to play.
You should, if you're going as a 3, you should expect a 1 to join you.
Yeah.
If it is a busy joint. If it's a country club, maybe it's a different situation. If it's, and not taking anything away from anybody, if it's the new Quail Creek as opposed to Gateway, you may be more open to playing singles or maybe even a 5-some. I don't know. I mean, we have trouble because we do allow 5s at Sully, and I got to put that away. I mean,
it's got to go.
We played 6-somes at Normandy.
In scramble format or single play?
No, just
me,
Cletus, Flower, Gee, a couple listeners.
Yeah, I mean, if
you're
not holding anybody up.
Yeah, that's the thing. And if there are people behind you, just wait till they get to the tee. Say, go ahead. We're going to let you play through. That's all you do.
Iggy's recommendation from yesterday was for golf newbies to be required to play before 5, so they have to skip work to play. Great way to grow the game, Angry. It's from Mr. Big Green.
No, I said pick a day. Pick a day for kids, beginners, women who can't play, guys who can't play. Weekends aren't the time to do that when you're out there playing and you have a foursome and you got a dad. I love the dad taking his kids out to play or his wife learning to play.
Stepdad.
I like that.
But not on a weekend when you got people waiting and you're on the tee. Now, Jimmy, take it back slower. We're waiting. Come on.
Well, the other
pick a
side
day.
of that,
Pick a day when it's just for beginners and kids.
The other side of that, I think would be a good suggestion, is maybe start them off at a place like Family Golf with the short course.
Absolutely. Great call there.
Or, and then move to Creve Coeur or Baldwin.
Ruth Park.
Yeah, the park. And then as they progress and their ability becomes better, take them to a big spot.
I think I might have said that. I might have said, how about a driving range? But
yeah, I mean.
Again, Pepper and Genie is tongue-in-cheek.
I started out my career, Jay, right at Ruth Park.
There you go.
Just carving up my game.
Sure.
Hey, this is the Munganess 7 o'clock hour. Munganess, the official automotive partner of the Ryan Kelly Morning After. And Munganess, today is a day where you need a reliable car with the weather that's outside.
Heavens, yes.
You don't want to be hydroplaning everywhere.
No problem with mine this morning.
We work with Munganess over here. They're great people.
You driving a Munganess?
They take such good care of us.
See you later.
Bye, Ken.
They've been so great to us. Plowsy, Tim, Doug, Iggy. They've worked with all of us. They've worked with a ton of listeners because they're great. Jamie Burkhardt, Clayton Patterson, Peter Munganess. Let's hear a little more about Munganess.
Okay.
Munganess, St. Louis Acura, and Alton Toyota, the official automotive provider of TMA and the Tim McKernan Show podcast, the company that we work with and we are proud to recommend to our audience. At this point now, you've heard me talk about Jamie Burkhardt. You've heard me talk about Clayton Patterson. You've heard me talk about Peter Munganess. And we talk about them because we know them personally, and we want to send you to them so you can have the best car buying or leasing experience possible. Or you just need to get your car repaired or maintained. And you're like, well, I didn't get my car from there. Doesn't matter. They'll still take care of you. Go to stlouisacura.com or altontoyota.com or email me at tmckernan@insidestl.com, and I will connect you with Jamie Burkhardt, the general manager, and now you will be experiencing the difference that we have been experiencing on TMA and the Tim McKernan Show now for a few years. It's Munganast online at stlouisacura.com or altontoyota.com. It's Munganast, St. Louis Acura, and Alton Toyota.
And with all the weather coming down, the rain, the heat that's combined with that, you might need Stratham Structural System for your foundation needs. Here's a little more about Stratham Structural Systems.
When the weather gets hot in St. Louis, people can have issues with their foundation, and that's where Stratham Structural Systems comes into play. The company I have worked with, Matt Ford, Brett Groman, and their incredible staff took great care of me, and that is why I recommend them to you. Their number is 314-620-8153 or online at stratumrepair.com. And here's the thing, they're local. So think local, think Stratham. They're in Chesterfield, Missouri, and they are in Columbia, Illinois. And it's not only foundation repair, it's also waterproofing. So if you are dealing with water in your basement, make sure you go to stratumrepair.com and you talk with Matt Ford and Brett Groman. Let them know you're a TMA listener. You get $100 off your repair project when you call 314-620-8153. It's Stratham Structural Systems for foundation repair and for waterproofing. It's Stratham. Think local. Think Stratham. 314-620-8153 or go online at stratumrepair.com.
Stratham Structural Systems, and we're talking about playing golf. You're playing golf this weekend, Doug. After the round, you know what I would suggest?
What?
Having a little taste having a little taste of a beverage. Can you read that sign for me? Tell the people what they're going to be drinking?
The beverage I would choose would be a Michelob Ultra.
Right.
Because, not just because it tastes so great, but because it's less filling. Wait, that was another beer.
That was Miller Lite.
2.6 carbs, 95 calories. That's all you get with Michelob Ultra.
Yeah, that's the play.
It's not real heavy. You're not going to drink it and feel like you just ate an entire pork roast.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's just you're just kind of sipping on a nice little light beer without any worry about getting chunky.
With some of those craft beers, you can feel like you're eating a steak.
Oh, I know it. Yeah. I know it.
No rain out yesterday, Doug. Twin bill today. Twin bill against the Cubbies.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
A day-night affair.
12:15 and something.
6:45, I believe.
Yeah. Picked up a half a game last night because the Brewers couldn't close out a game with the Pirates. The Brewers, struggling to hang on to a slim lead over the Cardinals, trade one of the best relievers in the game, even though he had struggled a little bit in recent games.
And then
Josh
they
Hader.
can't close the game against the Pirates.
Yeah. Let Williams close last night. He gave up a walk-off home run to the Pirates.
Hello.
First home run he'd given up all year.
How can we not beat those guys for the division?
Now, how angry would Cardinal fans be if the Cardinals had traded Helsley?
Right.
Yeah.
Furious.
Say, yeah, we're looking forward to the future.
But if they had another really good reliever behind him, it would cushion the pain a little bit. We don't have the Devin Williams element that they have.
I guess, but the way the game is played now, you need every reliever in the pen.
Yeah.
They start coming in about the fifth inning.
We got Michaelis in the first leg of the twin bill, and then the first start for Jose Quintana tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't he pitch for the Cubs at one time?
Yes, he did.
So he's pitching against one of his former teams. And then Robertson gets toes the slab against the Yankees this weekend.
You mean Montgomery?
I mean Montgomery.
Jordan close
Montgomery.
to Robertson.
I was thinking of the other Cubs closer they traded.
Oh,
yeah, so they both get to see them both this weekend.
Yeah.
Against former teams.
I was thinking Yankees coming to town. Would you prefer Yankees coming to town so you could see them, or would you prefer to watch on TV and watch the Cardinals play at Yankee Stadium?
Well, if I got tickets, I'd rather watch them. I'm going tomorrow night.
Oh, nice.
But, if I don't have tickets, I guess I'd rather watch them play in Yankee Stadium.
You're going tomorrow night, Doug?
Yeah.
Well, you'll get to see Nestor Cortez for the Yankees.
Oh, I've been dying to see him. I usually like to go to games where the pitchers are bad, so there's some action. I don't want to see a pitcher's duel.
You don't want to see a pitcher's duel?
I don't ever want to see a pitcher's duel. I'm bored by pitcher's duels. 2-0 games, what could be more boring than going to the stadium and not seeing anything happen? Oh, good, another ground out to second base. How exciting. Oh, he struck out. Boy, that's thrilling. He fouled out. Gosh, that's fabulous entertainment. Give me the 10-9 game. That's what I want to see. I want to see home runs, triples, plays at the plate. I don't want to see a bunch of strikeouts.
You don't, but I know you appreciate quality pitching.
Sure.
Okay.
I just don't want to necessarily see it when I'm at the game.
Fair enough.
If you show up at a game in the fifth inning and it's 0-0, your first thought is, oh, he didn't miss anything.
True. But the pitcher may have had tremendous control.
I can't tell that from my seat.
I got you.
You're talking regular season.
You'd have to be. If you watch on TV, you can tell that the pitcher's got control.
You have more of an.
If you're 98% of the seats out in the Busch Stadium, you don't know.
No, you don't know what he's doing.
No.
You're talking regular season, obviously.
I'm talking well, the playoffs are a different animal.
Yeah, say the Carpenter against the Phillies.
That was fine.
What was that, 1-0?
Yeah, because every out is hugely important. That's different.
Iggy, I asked this in total good faith. It's not a shot. What was the last Cardinal game that you went to and stayed for more than 5 or 6 innings?
Couldn't tell you.
Really? You think it's been in the past 5 years?
No.
Wow.
Well, yeah, because my sister and my nieces came in town from Orlando, and I took them to a game. And I got
left after 6.
No, we got they were upset because I got us tickets. Now maybe it was longer than 5 years ago. It was right around there.
Okay.
But it was I think it was a jersey giveaway, and my sister really wanted the jersey.
Sure.
And you got there too late.
We went. Jersey. She wanted to see Ballpark Village, and I said, "Well, I'm just telling you that."
Things go fast.
They're not going to last forever. There's not one for everybody.
Yeah. I took care of mine in the press box.
Actually, I went up there and got one. And we got there right as the first pitch was barely
Yeah, that won't
and
cut it.
they were out of them.
No, they start lining up now for the giveaways
outside the door
before the stadiums is even open.
Right.
Well,
the
and-
giveaways are so good now too.
Yeah.
That's such a big part of it.
And a lot of these, you can get these $5 tickets up in the rafters, and these dudes do. They buy like 600 tickets. They bring 5 or 6 kids that they'll give a few bucks for in and out of the turnstile with different tickets to get all the jerseys.
Don't make that motion with your hand.
Well, you can see on YouTube all the way around.
No, stop that.
Especially bobbleheads. They'll in and out, and these guys got 3 trash bags. And, okay, back in. Here's 2 more tickets. Back in.
And then what are they doing with all that?
They go on eBay.
How much are people paying for like a
50 or so?
Well, even if they're paying 20, you got almost 100. I mean, you paid nothing for it.
Basically, yeah. Man. Jay,
Yeah,
same
it's sad.
question.
Yeah.
Last time you went to a Cardinal game and stayed for more than 6 innings.
I went to a game. We all went as a crew from Walters Golf Management, sat in the box, stayed the whole game 4 years ago. I have not been since COVID. That's not affected my decision to go.
But you just haven't been since.
No.
Okay.
I mean, you have to understand that in 1982, I probably went to 60 of the 81 games.
Jeez.
So, what year was that?
82, the year they won the series. Probably went to 60 of the 81.
And how old were you then?
I was 13.
Okay.
Yeah.
Your dad got your tickets right behind home plate, didn't he?
Not every time. It wasn't always behind.
You were right behind home plate.
Once or
Section
twice.
149.
Once or twice, I would be there. We usually were loge reserve.
Oh, look at you.
Yeah.
Right below the press box. That's where the media freebies used to be.
Yeah.
They were fabulous tickets. And you just call, I don't know about 82, but in the years after that, since I got back in
you were
88, you just call the PR. You went 4
Right.
behind home
How
plate,
many you
and they
want?
put you right below the press box.
No, I know. It was
Those are still there.
very nice situation.
And then they started selling out almost every game, and they said, we're not going to give these tickets away anymore.
And then when the COVID hit, they were able to really. I mean, there was one guy that would really stack up the number of tickets, and they were able to use the COVID as we've made a change. So.
Oh, who was that?
Irish used to have a lot of ticket requests, and it kind of made it a little easier for them to say, well, we got to cut that way back.
Oh, really? Yeah. Okay.
Question, I've talked to Tim about this, and you three would know a hell of a lot better than me. Do you prefer Bush 3 or Bush 2, as from a fan's perspective?
3. I thought Bush 2 was kind of stagnant, especially when it had the AstroTurf.
There were a lot of really bad tickets at Bush, too.
Yeah.
A lot of upper deck meant for football,
Right,
way out there in the
Way up.
outfield.
The because of the memories I have of 2, it's in my heart maybe more than 3, but 3 is a much better facility.
Yeah.
Oh, just the view of, looking out to the outfield, and there's the arch and some of the
I mean, it would really get hot in the
abandoned
summer
buildings.
with that AstroTurf.
Uh-huh.
I mean, just silly hot.
Well, they got rid of that in about, 90 or something?
Maybe
yeah,
even
but I'll
before, I
always
remember.
think of that.
Yeah.
I just wish the new one had that retractable roof.
Do you?
I really do. They'd have played last
They
night.
would have played last
They'd
night.
avoid a doubleheader today. You avoid the cold games in April and October, and you avoid the 100 degrees in July and August. And
Yeah.
I just thought if Milwaukee can have one, why can't we have one?
Yeah. The retractable roof thing, I'm kind of anti in general, but I get the appeal to it. I just feel like the open air is just always the way to go.
Well, you would play open air 90% of the time.
Right.
But it's pretty nice knowing you're always going to have a game.
Yeah.
There's never going to be a rainout.
No rainouts.
You buy a ticket, you can plan, there will be a game that night.
Yeah, remind me of what
And you're
happened.
never going to sit in horrible weather.
You had the Ducats for last night.
Sure.
That means you only can go to the 12:15 today?
I don't know what the deal is with
I don't know about that either. You might be able to trade them in for any game.
Yeah, it might
where
be.
they still have tickets left.
Right. And it's usually when they say that it's like non-Cubs series. They always say like that, but this is a Cubs game.
This is a Cubs
This must be the last time the Cubs are in town. That's why they're
Right.
playing the doubleheader today.
Yeah, that would stink if you had tickets to last night's game. After
Was
work.
today slated to be a day game or a night game?
No.
Okay.
Night game.
Yeah, it could be that last night's tickets are for today.
They are.
Yeah.
Doug, someone texting in that you can get helmet nachos at Plaza Grill, Section 101.
Is that right?
For tomorrow night. So when you go, you can get some
101?
you can get some helmet nachos.
Okay. I'm hoping to gain at least 15, 20 pounds while I'm there.
You got a good chance.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine like sitting with the helmet nachos, eating it like confidently. Like,
yeah, you're gonna get it on your shirt.
You
You might get it on the patron next to you.
Right.
that
On
would
your
be a
pants are
problem.
gonna get some of the residue.
If someone got that on me, that would be a big problem. Retractable roof take is
What would you do to him?
Would you just slap them around?
I'd let him hear it.
Or would you call an usher?
Yeah, I'd just call the mayor of Ladue.
Oh,
tell him we got
play the
problems.
Ladue card.
Yeah, when in doubt, Doug.
Always.
Juan Soto last night for debut for the Padres, Doug. 3 at bats. He got himself a hit. No ribbies, but
Yeah.
he got himself a hit. Looked pretty good.
But the guy they got from the Reds hit the grand slam.
Yeah. Trey Mancini's first at bat was a home run.
Was it?
Yeah, everyone who seems to get some hitters seems to.
Well, I would guess Quintana will pitch very well tonight against the Cubs because the Cubs don't have much.
The Cubs stink.
And I would guess Montgomery will get rocked by the Yankees because everybody else does.
Yeah. It's gonna be tough.
Yeah.
Is
Be nice to win these 2 games today.
Yeah, Stroman pitching for the Cubs tonight. I'm torn because he's a member of the Sauce Bosses, and I need to beat Prod Joe, but I also want these Redbirds to soar, Doug.
Oh.
So I'm kind of stuck in a rock and a hard place.
You're to the point where you root for your fantasy team over your hometown team?
I don't have any Cardinals, and I don't have a lot of NL Central guys, so it's not really difficult. I never really have this problem, but when Stroman's pitching against the Cardinals,
You root for Stroman.
I root for the Cardinals to win like 1-0. That'd be
for
great.
heaven's sake, and then you don't get the win.
That's fine. It's fine.
Okay.
As long as I get strikeouts.
Gosh.
The Cubs are in town for September 2nd through the 4th on the weekend. That's from Chunk and the Chuck.
Oh, they're back here again.
That's what Chunk and the Chuck is called.
So they're trying to be progressive and not wait on getting this thing done. They're playing 2 today.
Yeah. Too Fat to Kayak has a question for Jay. It's story time with Jay. Come on, Jay. Craziest thing you saw at Busch Stadium during the 82 to 85 window.
82 to 85. Well, I mean, the moment when Suter struck out, when Suter got the strikeout and Porter ran out, I mean, that was like time standing still.
And the fans ran out, too.
Absolutely, they did.
If you do that now, I think you'd be shocked.
It would certainly be an interesting situation. And you could see them starting to kind of line up on the sides.
Yeah.
And then once it was over, then it all hell broke loose. And the people I was with started grabbing me. Let's go. We're gonna go. I said, okay.
Oh yeah.
See, if you see all
So
these-
you ran onto the field too?
No, I was 13, and Senior had gotten the tickets, and we were with some older people. I shouldn't say older people, an older group, older couple that took my brother and I to the game, and it was starting to get a little crazy, and they just said, let's head for the gates.
Oh really?
Yeah, but I mean, I got to see the people jump out there and on there, and the celebration. It was really cool.
We always see the video of Hank Aaron's record-breaking home run. There's guys fans shaking his hand as he goes around third base.
I remember asking Senior that after, because I couldn't go to Game 6. I was sick.
Yeah.
I remember asking Senior I said, why don't I just bum with you? Why don't I just hang with you? he said, this is a big one. You can't, it's Game 7. I got to be on, and I said, I understand, whatever.
Yeah. This is what I've been looking for. There's the picture of the last game I went to. That's the family.
This is the radio. Describe it.
I'm just showing it to Jay. Because people, I'm sure if somebody saw me looking at my phone, I was just trying to find the picture of the last game I went to and stayed for the whole game, and that was it.
Okay.
There it is, Doug.
All right.
Here, I'll let you see it, too. There
crazy,
you go.
There would always be crazy things happen. You'd see a drunk, or you'd see...
Here, let's listen.
I mean, I remember a guy lighting up a joint at the game and going, what is going on?
Yeah.
How's this possible? How's this guy doing this?
Well, you would still say that today, wouldn't you?
No.
You're not allowed to light up a joint at Busch Stadium.
Ought to be.
They ought
to have an usher.
JV Golf Coach is asking us to update the NL standings and how that compares to the Vaughn Index. We said yesterday we would tease.
Yeah, we were going to give me the standings.
Yeah, I'll give you the standings, Doug, while you get the Vaughn Index.
Okay, let me do some math here.
In the NL East, Jay.
Yeah.
The Mets are 66 and 38. They are 3.5 games in front of your Atlanta Braves?
Let me do some. The Mets are 66-38, run differential 102, so they would be right at even.
Okay,
Their run differential
exactly zero.
is 102.
Yeah, plus 102.
They're a good ball club, Jay. The Queens is a good little ball club, and so is the Bronx. In the NL Central, Jay, 57-47 is the Milwaukee Brewers. They are 1.5 games above. The Cardinals are coming Trala, who are 55-48.
Down to 1.5.
The Cardinal
1.5, yeah.
Vaughn index at this point, because they've allowed 404 runs now, the Vaughn index would be 1.5.
1.5 is the Vaughn index, which has no correlation to the games back. They are the Brewers.
Is that how far they are back?
Yeah. It's
I don't
crazy
take
how
that into
works.
account.
What are the Cardinals in terms of runs scored against runs allowed?
They're a plus 73.
Not bad, Jay.
Not bad.
No, they can score some runs.
Well, they got pop.
Dodgers are plus 208.
They're also 71-33. That's a 6.83 winning percentage, Jay, if you're keeping score at home. And they are 11.5 games over the Padres, 61-46. The Padres would be about 4.5 games in first place in the NL Central. But they are 11.5 games back in the NL West.
The Dodgers have scored the most runs in the National League and given up the fewest runs in the National League.
That's a good remedy.
Mix, yeah.
Now, the Yankees are 70-36, 11 games over the Blue Jays, who would be 1 game in front of both the Cardinals.
Who's
and
good
the
for the
Brewers.
Blue Jays?
Bo Bichette, Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Yeah, they've got Kevin Biggio, who's not very good anymore. They got that all-star catcher, Kirk, like Alejandro Kirk. Is that his name?
He's fantastic. But, I mean, Vlad Jr. and Bo Bichette are two rock stars who are really young. The Blue Jays got a lot of young talent. They just got Whit Merrifield in the trade deadline.
Mm-hmm.
They're kind of talented.
Who are these people?
When's he going to play on the road?
What's that?
When's he going to play on the road?
Yeah, he said, I think he's going to get vaccinated since he was not vaccinated and then was traded to the Blue Jays.
To the Blue Jays.
So he has to, I mean, if he wants to play.
Yeah.
Good luck to him.
Yeah, if he wants to make his money, you can't just play on the road.
No.
Kyrie Irving did, but I don't think it'll work for
That's
Whit
a tough
Merrifield.
spot to be in, though, if you really don't want it, because you really are afraid.
See,
Possible
Kyrie
It's
Irving.
a tough spot to be in.
Kyrie Irving didn't play in half the games for the Brooklyn Nets this year.
Did they deduct it from his salary?
Yeah.
Okay.
He lost about $20 million last year.
Then it might be worth going ahead with it.
Yeah.
Well, the fact that he lost $20 million.
So did Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons didn't. That wasn't because of the vaccine, but Ben Simmons just didn't play for the Sixers and forfeited like $20 million.
He just shut it down.
He
Well,
lost $20 million.
Wasn't quite $20 million, but for missing 2 games, like Arenado cost him like $385,000. And
It cost them combined. It was like $600,000 or so.
But it didn't cost him a heart condition or a stroke or anything.
What is Jay's handicap? I've asked like 30 times. Just curious. That's from Wedding Tech.
I just let it go.
I would say at this point it's
You can let it go
probably
all
a
you
6.
want, but it happens.
Probably a 6. I don't play much.
You think you're a
You
6?
don't play hardly at all anymore, do you?
Not much. I could shoot. The last
I
time
would've
I
gone under on
played,
that.
I played 9 holes. I made 3 birdies, 3 bogeys, and 3 pars.
So even?
Yes, but that was at Sully in a little shorter golf course.
Right. But are you still hitting it far?
No. I mean, it's not like I'm a popcorn hitter. I mean, I could still move it out there too. If you gave me a week to hit balls, play 9 holes, I could be a 6 again. I really believe that.
Yeah. But it's a lack of play, given the.
It's a lack of play. I don't know if you know this. For about 6 years now, I've been pursuing the Candy Crush tour.
Right.
And what does that get you?
Recognition. The money's not good yet, and they don't have a competing league like Live, so I can't jump ship.
They should start one.
I would be very willing.
But you would.
I'd be very
And
willing.
leave legacy behind.
In the crush in the crush world. When you're at a golf course 7, 8, 9, 10 hours a day, at least I don't necessarily want to be there for another 5 playing 18 holes with some guys.
Right.
It's to each his own. Trust me, there's nobody that loves the game or still loves the competitive level of the game more than me, but it just, when you don't have the wherewithal to do what you think you can playing golf, it's very difficult.
Yeah, I hear that.
You know,
Daniel Dayhole Lewis says, Jay, you look gorgeous.
I feel gorgeous.
How about that?
Daniel Dayhole Lewis, Doug, star of My Left Foot.
I forget, we're on YouTube. Iggy's buddy Katie Cook said yesterday I look nice.
Did she really?
Yep.
My buddy.
Well, I mean, former buddy.
Seems to be your buddy.
Former buddy.
You're a gentleman who enjoys a dry rub once in a while?
Oh, is that right?
Is that Evelyn, Doug?
Yeah, that's Jeff Abel.
Stooley?
Is Evelyn the one that spent like $900 on a haircut?
Oh, I don't think he
Or was
would
that the other guy?
$900.
How can you spend $900 on a haircut? What
would
do
they
you
have
put
to
gold
do?
in it?
Yeah, what would they have to? Would they have to give you more hair?
Yeah, you'd have to go in completely bald and come out looking like Fabio.
Well, I was being
Spend $900.
I was being facetious. He would talk about how much he spent for a haircut, and I think that was Evelyn.
Are you going to be bald, Jackson?
Yeah, it's coming.
I just kind of noticed up there.
I
up
don't
top
think you're in
it's-
as bad a shape as you think you are.
It's not.
your
it's not
dad?
even- no, he's got a
Full head?
fantastic head of hair.
Yeah.
He's
Everyone in my
upper
family does
60s.
too.
I just noticed Jackson's going to lose his hair. Yeah, he got in the back.
No,
My
it's
dad,
it's the
my dad
crown.
died at
Sorry, we'll get you some
75.
caps.
Had more hair than all of us combined.
Yeah.
Your dad?
My brother too. Nobody in my family.
Really?
Is thin. I don't think you're as thin as you think you are.
I think you better take a closer look.
The hairline hasn't moved since I really started this job. It hasn't moved. The problem is
give it time.
the crown has thinned a little bit. I got a thinner crown than I thought I did originally, and I'm not like in panic mode yet.
No, you shouldn't be.
But I'm certainly aware. Like I'm
It's not, some people look better. Some people like it. They don't have to do anything.
yeah. No, I kind of like the blonde hair though. Like I want to keep it for as long as possible. And also the hair has never darkened. Like I've been this blonde my entire life. Blonder, I guess, a little.
Never
when I was a
got
kid.
darker, really. Maybe a little.
Maybe just a little. Like my dad had blonde hair when he was a kid, and my dad now has like dark brown hair.
Sure.
But
Yeah.
not me. I've stayed this blonde, which is not a good sign.
Well, even if it goes darker, you can always get a blonder.
Kenny's proved that before.
Right. Well, I think
Go for a cut and color.
I like. It's kind of like a golden blonde right now. I want to keep it like that. I don't necessarily want it any lighter than this, like beach blonde. In the summer, it gets a little lighter.
Tiger blonde.
Tiger blonde. Jackson has already started the comb over. It's from Mr. Bojangles. Not really. Not really combing over it. Like
I've had a comb
Well,
over
you've
my
got
whole
it pushed
life.
back this morning, too. So.
I do with my headphones.
Yeah, with your headphones.
I had two giant cowlicks, one in the front and one in the back, and they lined up, so it was just kind of natural to comb it over.
Sure.
And now I still need to comb over.
No.
You know who's got a thick head of hair is that Matt Rocchio. Oh, my God.
I wonder if playing the tuba helps.
It has to, I mean, his headphones don't even, like, touch his head.
Yeah.
Sits
Well,
up there on his poof.
He's still young.
So am I.
There's a lot of young guys that have
He's
nice
younger
hairs
than
and hair.
Rocchio.
Yeah,
Jackson
not
is.
everybody has the same hair.
No.
No kidding.
Go platinum blonde like Boots, Jackson. It's from Brian Henshin.
Well, you can get a platinum blonde, whatever you want. Henson, why don't you get your hair dyed?
Well, his would look good blonde.
I sure will.
Yeah, I saw him covering a volleyball practice yesterday.
Nothing wrong with that. Hair growth is determined by your maternal grandfather. That's from the 314.
There's
heard
Hinch
people-
at the Indianapolis
I've heard
Star.
people say that.
You think that's
I don't
baloney?
know. I've heard other people say it's not true.
That what is?
It's determined by your maternal grandfather.
Your grandfather on your mom's side?
How do they know? I mean,
I don't
has
know,
it been
I've
a
heard
big enough
people-
study?
I've heard people say that before.
Maternal grandfather. Well, he had a thick head of hair. All right.
Jackson is younger than Rocchio. Sick observation, Ken. It's from
Well, they're
Brian
both
Henshin.
young, so to say a guy who's, 29, 30 has a thick head of hair, there's a lot of 30-year-olds that have thick head. I mean, it's different if he'd be 70. God, he's still got a thick head of hair.
You want to trim his shrubs, bro?
I will say, the one thing that impresses me more than anything, I mean, even more than a babe at 50 that's just money, is that old guy that looks fit, still got the nice silver gray, 75, and just can pull it off. You know those guys. I mean, there's not a ton of them, but they just look fantastic at an older age.
Yeah.
Yeah, some guys just get
They either kept themselves in really good condition or they got great genes.
like there's some especially actors who look like they were born at 55 years old, like Gene Hackman. Like Gene Hackman, even in French Connection, looked like the same.
He looked old.
Yeah, he looked old. Or like Wilford Brimley. Wilford Brimley has always looked like
He
exactly
came out old.
Right, exactly. Like guys who just come out old. But then
I think it's because they got famous at that age.
yeah, Hackman got famous late. But still, even in from Hoosiers on until he stopped acting, he kind of looked the same. A little more grizzled, but
Here's not a guy that you would think is ripped, but I saw a video of, I guess he was on the set of a movie, and they had an 80th birthday cake for Harrison Ford.
yeah, he looks old now.
Yeah, but still 80 years old, and he's still doing movies. And
Harrison Ford is 80.
Yeah.
Is he really?
Wow.
The cake said 80 on it. So
He was probably in his mid-30s in Star Wars, and that was, what, 77, Jay? Yeah, he's 80 years old. He turned 80 just like a couple weeks ago.
Wow.
Pretty good shape for 80, though, isn't he?
He's still acting.
Yeah.
Clint Eastwood at 90 is still directing movies.
Yeah.
90 years
Man.
old, starring and directing his own
And
movies.
this
was calling baseball games.
And this is probably with $400 million in the bank somewhere.
Right. What, I mean, again, I guess I'm just lazy or stupid or whatever. The day I get enough to not that it's going to happen, but the day I get enough to just shut it down, I'm shutting her down.
Well, usually, if you were ambitious enough to make all that money, you don't want to shut it down.
I guess that's the thing.
You want to stay active, and that's how they keep going.
No, and you see that with the majority of those people.
Yeah.
Hey, Jay, what kind of bet would intrigue you? A match with you and Iggy versus myself in the Fan Page Club Championship. That's the Fan Page Club Champion. That's from Curtis Hall. So you would be paired up with Iggs.
Man doesn't miss a tea time, I know that.
Curtis?
Yeah.
No, he don't miss
it. It would be the Loomster or Chris Heck.
I'd do the Loomster. I wouldn't play Heck.
Because it's the distance?
Heck don't play.
Oh.
Yeah, and the Loomster might bring his broad.
Oh.
Yeah.
You like her, do you?
Yeah, I like her a lot. She's a really good singer. People don't realize that.
Is she at the top of the list of listeners' wives?
What a wild sentence.
That's a tough one.
Now we're ranking listeners' wives.
Yeah.
And there's always Damn Gina, Frizzy's lady.
Frizzy's lady?
Yeah.
I would bang you right now if you let me. Frizzy?
Yes. I don't know that I should give the name. He used to be, he came to some of our events when we had those clubs, the
Hot Shots?
Yeah, no, but we had the party, the pre-party at the...
Maggie O'Brien's?
Nope, at the place outside of the station.
Kirkwood Brewhouse.
Yeah.
Oh, we had the...
What was it called?
Summits.
The Summits.
The
yeah.
Summits.
He came to the Summit.
Oh, the Goob 11
Goob 11
Goob
Summit,
11
yeah.
and all that junk.
Goobers, every one of you.
There's a lot of good-looking ladies out there. I just haven't met all of them.
Hands down, most beautiful breast I've ever seen, and then a penis.
Oh.
Look at the rain coming down outside, boys.
Yeah, I'm telling you, be careful out there. On the way in, they were talking about Florissant, Sunset Hills.
Yeah.
Those areas to really watch out.
Doug said biblical level of rain coming down.
Yeah, right at 270 at 44. They said it kind of stalled out right in that area.
Yeah, they said the 270 corridor.
Oh, boy, the thunder and lightning was loud last night. I don't know if you got that in Sullivan, but on the hill.
Great sleeping weather.
I stayed here last night.
That's right. That's right.
I didn't hear any of it. I got that damn CPAP machine. All I hear is...
It's nice, isn't it? I see.
Tornado could lift the house off the foundation.
And you wouldn't know.
You'll just be in the front yard with a bed.
It changed the way you sleep, though.
Yeah, because I wake up 3 times a night because the alarm goes off. Oh, there's too much air escaping from the side of the...
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Beep, beep, beep. Yeah. Oh, it's wonderful.
I'd put a silencer on that.
It's wonderful.
When you go on vacation, you take it with you.
Yeah.
It's terrible. They got to come up with a smaller one. I'm sure they have. I just
they have them.
Travel ones.
So I couldn't sleep on my face with that thing, right?
No. You should never sleep on your face anyway. You're
did.
still sleeping face down into the pillow.
Oh, yeah.
That's awful.
Yep.
Your face in the pillow.
That's right.
How do you
Not
breathe?
to the side.
Mm-mm.
How do you breathe?
Power of will.
Is your mouth below the bottom of the pillow? It's
Probably.
gotta be.
It probably slips down there, but when I start, no, everything is right into the pillow.
And you never turn your head one way or the other?
Maybe I do when like.
Can you never wake up gasping for air?
Oh,
That
wake
is
up
so
well rested.
weird. Anyone
So-
ever come upon you and think you're dead?
Probably.
So you would make a good bottom then.
I guess in theory. Yeah, probably.
Just put your head in that pillow, boy.
Is that how you start when you fall asleep?
But you just go
don't,
right to the face down in the pillow.
First move I go is face down the pillow, everything like lying down, and then
Just can't imagine.
arms to the
That's
side.
so bizarre. Arms straight down.
I mean, you don't have just like no tucked or nothing or.
No, and then I'll eventually. I guess I kind of move to my side because I usually wake up on my side, but I start on my face.
I only have two.
So weird.
I only have two positions. I start on my right side, and if I fall asleep right away, I'm on my right side. But if I kind of, don't fall asleep for 10, 15 minutes, then I go to my left side. That's it. Left or right side.
Jackson sleeps like a 9-month-old in the crib. That's what
Yeah.
No, if your baby sleeps like that, you turn him over.
They'll die.
Gosh, yeah, you can't sleep like that.
Butt up in the air.
I mean, you literally get into bed, and you almost have to turn your body to get in a position to lay face down in the pillow.
Correct. Yeah. Face down. I sleep like an ostrich. Like I sleep with like my head dug into the pillow.
Oh.
Yeah, and I guess theoretically I do slide down and my mouth goes under the pillow, but my face is still very much like straight down.
Yeah.
It's odd. I understand.
Big pillow or small pillow?
I have 4 pillows. That's right.
That are all in use at the same time?
Nah. 2 of them are for support when I sit up in bed.
I have 4.
Okay.
I put 2 next to each other, then I put 1 in the middle, and then I put 1 between my legs.
Between the legs.
Senior was a leg.
I sleep with a
leg
pillow between my
guy.
legs.
Said it was good for his back.
Yeah. My billiards room just got a little water. It's a travesty here in Ladue. It's from Mr. Licks.
Oh.
And I guess his billiards room.
It's coming. I mean, it's coming strong. Be careful out there.
And most people don't have flood insurance.
Right.
A lot of them think they do, but they don't.
And you think if you don't live in the floodplain, that's no problem. But it all gets down to what your sewer system can handle.
Yeah.
Well, if you need insurance, the only person to call is James Carlton.
Wow. I would think so. Wow.
He set it up though, Jay. I mean, you throw.
Yeah, but he wasn't setting it up on purpose.
No,
it was there.
But when you see a hole, you got to go fire right through it. James Carlton.
Or plug it.
The area James Carlton's team is having the most impact for our TMA listeners is when it comes to car insurance and households with teenage drivers. If any of our listeners have drivers in their house that are under 25, James's team would love the opportunity to see how much they can help you out. I personally made the switch to James Carlton of the Carlton State Farm Insurance Agency in Webster Groves a few years ago, and it's one of the best decisions I've made. It is just a different level of customer service, and I'm telling you, not all insurance agents are the same, and not all insurance agencies are the same, and now I know that firsthand, which is why I am very proud and pleased to make sure I let you know that James Carlton in the State Farm Agency in Webster Groves is the best. 314-961-4800 or go online at carltoninsurance.net. Life insurance. James's team has a simple, non-threatening approach to life insurance. They ask a few simple questions. If you didn't make it home tomorrow, what would you want to happen? Do you currently have plans in place to make that happen? Would you like to see how inexpensive it can be to make sure what you want to happen will happen, even if you're not here to see it happen? Call James Carlton at 314-961-4800 or apply online at carltoninsurance.net. If your insurance costs a leg and an arm, call James Carlton, State Farm.
James Carlton. We have an app contest, Doug. We've got your chance to win not one, but 2 of Budweiser's limited edition Ueno and Yachty cans, signed by Adam Wainwright.
Wouldn't that be a treat?
And Yachty or Molina. You can keep one for yourself and give one to your best bud. With these cans honoring the Cardinals battery in their 17th and final season together. You must be 21 or older to enter. No purchase necessary. Get entered to win a pair of autographed limited edition Ueno and Yachty Budweiser cans now on the TMA mobile app. It's really easy to do. It's really easy to sign up. You can do it. Takes like 2 seconds. If you have the TMA app, if you don't have it, please download it, create a profile, and then you can get signed up to win one of these 2, not 1, but 2 Budweiser limited edition Ueno and Yachty signed cans, courtesy of Budweiser. And cheers to these legendary best buds. All right, that's going to close out our Munganast 7 o'clock hour. Yeah, that's what we got for this Munganast 7 o'clock hour. Coming up in the Appliance Discounters 8 o'clock hour, we'll have takes. I don't know what we'll have takes on, but we'll certainly spit them. Jay and Iggy will be back in the studio ready to fire out some takes. And then, who knows? The rest of the day is up in the air. We will have the Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day coming up in the Maggie O'Brien's 9 o'clock hour. That's going to close our Munganast 7 o'clock hour. Coming up next, the Appliance Discounters 8 o'clock hour. This is the Ryan Kelly Morning After, live from the Michelob Ultra Studios.
Live from the Michelob Ultra Studios, KPNT-FM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. This is TMA All Day.
Hey, this is Tim McKernan for Design Air Heating and Cooling. I am a very happy client. Design Air Heating and Cooling and Seth Goldcamp and his incredible staff, which you can find online at designairservice.com. Just go to the website, click on the Book Now tab, and any issues you may be having with your HVAC system, they will take care of immediately. The customer service second to none. It's Design Air Heating and Cooling online at designairservice.com. Hey, this is Tim McKernan. I'm here with Ryan Kelly, the HomeLoanExpert.com. Man, Ryan, the home buying market is competitive as all get out right now.
You need every leg up you can get. You need every advantage you can get. And that's what we give you at the HomeLoanExpert.com. We have a 10-day closing guarantee. That's right, 10 days. If that doesn't make your offer stand out, not sure what will. We also have lower rates, over a quarter point lower than the national average. We don't just talk about low rates, we have them. And at the HomeLoanExpert.com, we have programs for almost anybody. Got questions? Ready to get pre-approved? The HomeLoanExpert.com.
Okay. Hot takes.
Yeah. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini.
And now the Pepperoncini Show with Darren Atkins and Ken Stroh. All right, take it, fellas.
There it is. That's the open.
Pepperoncini.
Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini.
We don't know what it is. We don't understand the name. We just know it's stupid. And it's available every weekday, featuring Iggy and the Plowboy. Apparently it's some kind of a podcast or something. Available at tmastl.com and on the TMASTL mobile app. Whatever.
Hey, it's Jackson for Rosalita's. TMA listeners know that Rosalita's Cantina has the best patio and the best Tex-Mex in town. From tableside guac to piled-high nachos, the amazing menu at Rosalita's is full of classic Mexican dishes. Plus, it's always time for a margarita, and Rosalita's has the most delicious house and specialty margs in town. Enjoy happy hour specials Monday through Friday from 3 to 7, and let Rosalita's cater your next event. Check out rosalitascantina.com or visit the downtown or DePere location today. Time to get your fiesta on at Rosalita's.
The Post Sports Bar and Grill presents Iggy's Drops of the Week.
Peoria Plowboy.
Winston Churchill gave a speech at Westminster, did he not?
Jackson's on a delay.
Generic, off-the-rack sex.
He's a good-looking older guy.
Everyone else just jumps on me because I have an idea, but no one wants to offer another take about it.
McKernan pulls something everybody wants to ride. That's not something everybody wants to vote on.
I think every owner in baseball, has to be fiscal.
This is a sketch. No, that's a bit.
Good Lord, these old...
No, it was just a bit.
Madison got me 20 donuts.
Oh.
I think they're putting in the top to our new studio.
Ooh, where's the bottom?
We're just being fiscal.
So the Virgin was definitely at Tin Roof dancing solo Saturday night.
I don't even remember when my birthday is. I know the date, but I never know what the date is, so...
Wait, that didn't make sense.
I have about 4 or 5 of those left.
Somebody's coming to some money.
Yeah.
Wait, you have 4 or 5 of them left?
I'll bring it for you anyway if you want it.
All right.
Give it to Greg or Doug or...
Oh, I'm Doug.
Cut that off.
Dude, Reese Davis was putting Joe Lenardi in a body bag, though.
What do we got here today, Doug?
If it's a weekend, a lot of people aren't on Facebook on the weekend, so you get kind of screwed on your wishes.
Where were you, though?
I was at my apartment.
Why?
Scams and flams.
In L.A.
Scams and flams.
I care about one birthday wish every year, and it's from Calvin May.
Is there a way to lower it a little bit, to lower the brightness?
No.
Oh, wow. Drink tank.
I'm a little porpoise, too.
I was getting, what do you mean, why?
Why were you there?
Why was I where? In my apartment?
Because
where I
the
live.
Tin Roof had some tunes playing.
Scams and flams.
Give up the
Scams and flams.
So,
skits and this.
I would think they would all be cuckold theme parties.
Well, Peggy's husband's not happy.
Good Lord, these old...
Tell us, Iggy, where do you grow salt? Dolt.
You get cheated out of your likes or your wishes because it's Bill on a weekend.
That quote, man.
As far as I know, you're the only one who's worn women's lingerie, so that would make you the likely candidate to play the woman.
You don't know that for sure.
We got ourselves Baker's Treats.
ASMR Rapunzel.
The tear thing, bro.
And it says cuck on it. Looks like Jackson's going to put it right on his receding hairline.
Well, I don't know. If they're just going to trib, what do they care?
Come out of there. You got my book.
What do you got there, bro?
Well,
what's the beef?
Screw off, bot.
That was Iggy's Drops of the Week, presented by The Post.
This is Tim McKernan. I'd like to tell you about a company I started just a couple of years ago, and they still own. And it's called Sound Story. It's essentially a 1-hour interview that we do either in person or via Zoom with mothers, fathers, grandmothers, grandfathers. They come in and they tell their stories, education, growing up, and of course, family stories, the wisdom that they can share with their loved ones for generations to come. It's an audio heirloom. It's Sound Story. To learn more, go to mysoundstory.com.
Download the TMA app and enter to win a set of limited edition Budweiser, Yachty, and Wayno Best Buds cans, celebrating the Cardinals players as they close out their 17th season together. Get the app now in your favorite app store. Then listen and win.
I spent 4 years in San Francisco.
The Ryan Kelly Morning After.
KPNT FM HD2.
Collinsville, St. Louis.
are no fans, we've cracked the code. Players don't ask to be overpaid in our city. And
Here it is.
everyone who knows them knows that the fine with it.
Sing aloud, St. Louis.
They love the fans, not money. But every team is like Wainwright's curveball, Carpenters and Vince again. Yachty calls a perfect game. They'll try slut
Not
you get it,
Narcissus,
don't seem
though.
fair. You're still winning games in your dream. But everybody's
You think
like
this is tongue-in-cheek or are they
holidays, every
serious?
Cosmos great
I think they were
defense, October
100%
free. Back
serious.
again, Jay just scaled another fence. You don't care.
Yeah, they don't have to be overpaid.
Keep watching us from your chair. You will never be Cardinals, Cardinals. It don't run in your blood.
We are better than you.
It's just for us. We crib it October buzz.
Because we know when to bunt with runners on base and run out.
And when a guy grounds out to second and moves the runner over to third, that's like the greatest play in baseball.
Standing ovation.
You'd prefer that over the grand slam.
Or more specifically, an opposite field hit
Oh, nice piece of hitting.
with 2 out, like a opposite hit line drive with 2 outs and a runner on second. That's better than the walk-off grand slam. Considerably better, because it's a nice piece of hitting.
Yeah, the only time you can say nice piece of hitting is if it's an opposite field hit.
Pitch it, hit it where it's pitched, Doug.
Right. You hit a 3-run homer well into the upper deck. It's not a nice piece of hitting.
Did you pull it?
Yeah.
Nah, sorry.
Definitely not.
No.
Yeah, it's too easy.
No, you saw it early. You recognized the pitch out of the hand.
Right.
And you jumped on it. That's not a nice piece of hitting. Flailing at it late and kind of punching it over the second baseman's head, that's a nice piece of hitting.
And if you're a left-handed hitter and you hit a low inside pitch, all you've done is simply drop the bat head onto the ball.
Right, you've dropped the barrel onto the ball. You got your hands inside, you worked your hands inside.
Trust your hands.
Right, you trusted your hands and you got it inside the baseball to
You
put
just
the
dropped
barrel
the
on.
barrel head on the ball.
Yeah. That's baseball.
Right. And we get it, frankly. And we don't have players asked to be overpaid.
No. They will take, even if they're not from St. Louis, they've never played in St. Louis, they will take a discount to come play for the Birds on the bat.
Several of the players are paying the Cardinals so that they can play here.
Yeah, a couple of the bullpen pitchers, because they get to experience what it's like to be at Busch Stadium, being in the bullpen. Is there a better gig in baseball than bullpen coach? You just kind of hang out back there.
Well,
great seat.
except you don't make much money.
Yeah,
Everyone
probably.
around you is making millions, but you.
Yeah, you're probably making a decent living.
I know some of those coaches don't make that much.
Really?
I mean,
bad deal.
In
Well,
terms
relatively,
of regular
yeah.
folks, but I'm not sure it's a 6-figure job.
I would think it'd be like $100K to be the bullpen coach.
I don't know that it is. It's not hard to find a bullpen coach and a bullpen catcher. It's probably two different things.
I could be a bullpen catcher. If you know the salaries of bench coaches in Major League Baseball, text on in the Engineered Design Facilities text box, or you can call in the Steve Schmidt Kia of North County phone lines. We'll take your call. We'll listen to your call. We'll listen to the takes. Jennings Jr. and Iggy Strode are back in studio. What's up, boys? How's the smoke?
We had to go down to the lower level.
Auxiliary.
The parking garage?
Yeah, because it's raining outside.
It is pouring.
Yeah, I saw a lady with a umbrella out there, and I didn't see you two. I figured
No,
you guys
we
were down.
decided not to go that route.
I didn't bring an umbrella today. I should have.
That's something I don't do. And
I don't have to. It wasn't raining when I left this morning, so I didn't get wet going to the car, and I park in the underground garage when it's cold or raining. So I didn't need an umbrella.
Doug brought his storm mode jacket in with him today.
I did.
Yeah,
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Who gave you that, Higgins?
No, Channel 4.
Oliver
And
Man.
I think this is the one that has on the side #1 ranked local news in the country.
Oh, yeah.
And it used to just drive Frank Cusimano crazy. There it is. Every time he'd see that, he'd just really get
Don't they all say
nervous.
they're number one, at least in something?
Well, you could probably twist the demographics around and find out how your
Your
improved
number,
ratings in some area.
No matter what, they're doing the news for you.
It's a,
They're doing it for the
it's a
fans.
dying industry.
When was the last time a major league manager yelled "choke up" to the batter at the plate?
Choke up, yeah, or a ground ball, charge it.
Does anybody say where the news comes first still? Because doesn't weather come first, pretty much?
Weather is one thing that people get and count on from their local stations for sure, especially a major weather event. There'll be people tune in just today to see what's going on.
That would be the only reason I would turn on the local news. Is for weather.
Welcome, where news comes first. Now let's go to the Weather Center.
Well,
And you spend
how often
30 minutes in there.
would you say in a month you watch a local newscast?
Depends on the weather. If it's raining real hard or there's like a tornado warning,
Just call me.
I'll flip it on.
Yeah.
Just call me.
But you just won't randomly say, "Oh, it's 5 o'clock. I need to see what's
Only
going
if I'm at my parents' house and they have it on.
Yeah, no one in your age group does that.
No.
It's strictly like over 45 or 50 thing.
My parents
Well, that
don't
was a
watch.
big part of your TV watching.
It was
Almost everybody watched the 10 o'clock news and then went to bed.
or watched
Watched Johnny Carson for the first, maybe until the first commercial break.
Yep, the
and then
monologue.
about 10:45, it was time to go to bed.
I have not, other than golf,
Yeah.
I have not had a local channel on in 3 years.
Football season coming up.
Well, football, too. I take that back. A sporting event. Other than that, I don't watch news.
Yeah.
During COVID, I never turned on the news.
But you still get news via the web.
Well, yeah, it'll come up on my phone.
Okay.
And what
if it's
sources are you trusting there?
what, news?
Yeah.
I don't trust anybody. I mean, it comes up on my phone.
Trust
So what
anybody
news
but
sources?
myself.
So where are you getting your news from? How do you keep up with what's going on in
I mean,
America?
do you go to CNN?
It pops up on my
Do you Go
phone.
to Drudge Report.
It pops up, but for what source pops up? Lots of crap pops
There's
up.
no really, if I want really in-depth news that I know is not biased, usually the Wall Street Journal or
You're reading a lot of the Wall Street Journal, are you?
Got to be a subscriber.
well, if there's a story that I'm looking to follow.
You pay for that?
Pay for WSG?
No, I
Yeah,
can usually
WSG.
just go to the internet and type in Google Washington Post if there's a story.
Washington Post or the Wall Street Journal?
Wall Street Journal.
Wall Street Journal's a pay service.
Online it is?
Yeah.
I believe so.
I've read
Yeah, it is.
articles from there.
Well, you might get half of it.
Oh, 860, there's medicated.
It's like the Atlantic or the Athletic for sports.
Right.
Yes.
You get half of the first paragraph. and
ESPN
then
Yeah,
it
then
fades
they
away.
shut
you want to read the rest? And now the Post, I don't understand, because sometimes I can
Sometimes
bring.
you can read them. Sometimes
you can't.
No,
I
they
like-
have premium articles, and then there's.
But they don't make any sense. What's a premium article and what's not a premium article? They
I
need
read
so much help. It's not
After the
even
trade, I read Hockman's article. I read Gould's article. I read Ben Fred's articles, free. And sometimes I want to read an article, and you get like one sentence, and
You have to subscribe.
$29 a month. And I just read them free yesterday.
You ain't paying. A lot of
I'm
people
not
ain't
paying.
They got to figure out how to
most
get
people ain't paying.
No.
I pay for the Athletic and the Post Dispatch.
You do pay for the Post.
Yeah.
What's that run you? $4.99 a month?
Yeah, it's It's
It's not a lot of money, but I'm
I
on.
just like reading Gould, Benfred, and Hockman.
It's probably worth it to read Caesar's columns because you need them.
Sometimes they put those in the premium.
But I
Get those ratings.
I read that, and then I read the Athletic, and then I read the Ringer, but that's free.
What's the Ringer?
Bill Simmons' website.
Yeah, I mean, if I want to know who's calling radio
Seem down
stations, I'm going to pay the $4.99.
The Podfather.
You see in the Post today, they had Frank Viverito retiring.
Let me tell you, Frank Viverito has done a hell of a job.
Yes, he has.
I mean, a hell of
For
a
a long
job,
time.
folks. You know, he really took the whole sports commission idea and what was going on to a whole nother level.
Mhm.
And the guy that's taken over for him has been a tremendous lieutenant for
Mark Schreiber.
for Frank, and a really good guy, Mark Schreiber. So the commission, with the events they've gotten, the NCAA hockey, the regionals,
Yeah, name the sport. They've brought
being
something here.
involved with the PGA Championships.
I don't think I would be out of bounds by saying that I can't think of anybody in this city over the last 20 years that has brought more tourism to St. Louis than Frank Viverito.
Shot at Kevin Demoff and the Rams.
No, I think you're dead on. I don't even know that there's a question, Ken. And that's across the board.
Yeah.
That's if you just said RCGA, the Regional Commerce and Growth Association. I don't know that they've brought in the type of.
Unless it would be the DeWitts. There's an awful lot of people who come here to see the Cardinals.
Yeah, I mean that's an.
Well, they own a baseball team.
Yeah.
So I'm talking about a guy who has to work
To get
at bringing things into this city that bring people into the city.
Yeah, I mean,
It
I
can't
think
be the easiest place in the world to
to
lure
attract
events
people.
to.
No,
Yeah.
especially with the hotel situation
See, we're gonna go
in
to
downtown.
We're going to San Diego, Las Vegas, Miami, or St. Louis.
Yeah, I mean
St. Louis, duh.
Now, I will say that I brought Tiger Woods to town for his clinic, and I got no
Has to
credit
get
for
around to you.
were only 5 clinics
Always
that year.
you.
Kenny got one. Kenny got one here. There's the picture with Obi-Wan.
Got no credit for that. Yeah, that was from out of Forest Park.
Who are you looking for credit from?
Frank. He had the press conference. He could have said.
Frank Viverito? Oh,
He
so
had the
you
press
don't like
conference to announce that we're bringing Tiger Woods to town. He mentioned like 19 people. My name was never even mentioned.
You must not have had much to do with it.
I had everything to do with it.
I don't know. What about the other 19?
Well, they were just part of the commission. They really did nothing. I wish I could remember the lady's name who I sat down with and we put this whole thing together to get our
This is
proposal.
a hijacking.
No, we're talking about bringing people
Was
to
she
town.
an African American lady?
She was, and
Yes,
I can't think of her name.
I know who. I can see her.
She's the one who pretty much got it done.
game night. Can you imagine that?
Was it Mary
That's this
Elizabeth
Friday.
Grimes?
Diane Carroll?
It might have been.
Mary Elizabeth.
It might have been. That's Stroke Family Game Night this Friday. Yeah, we because they were late getting the. They didn't even put a proposal together.
I'm not sure they even knew.
They dropped. I told them, and they dropped the ball. I said, "Well, I sent it to you guys. Well, I guess they had to go to the golf course." I said, "No, the golf course." So I called Earl, and he goes, I can give you 2 days. If you can get it to me in 2 days, I'll hold off."
Yep.
And we sat down like day and night and put these things. We had to get bleachers. We had to get security. Had to get this. Had to get this. Had to get this. Had to get this. Sent it in. It was accepted.
And Matthews Dickey got involved, or somebody got involved to bring some kids out. I remember.
Might have been the Boys and
Girls Club.
Could have been that. But anyway, then Earl, I was the first person he called. I said, "You're one of the ones. We haven't announced it yet, but you're one of the ones." I gave it to Frank Cusimano. I told Frank. I
He
said,
mentioned you?
"No." I said, "Leave me out of it." I said, "This."
Sure, you don't want to. You're not the kind of
Well,
guy.
I don't want him to know. I don't want them to know. I don't want them to know that I broke it.
Put your tongue in that dark hole.
So I told Frank. I said, "You didn't get it from me. Just say a source, but we are getting the Tiger Woods Foundation clinic." And he went on the air, and then Frank Viverito got pissed off because he said, "Well, we're going to announce it. Why'd you say that?" And then he announced it and never mentioned my name.
Must have been the other 19 had more to do with it.
That picture doesn't happen without me.
He's pointing to the picture of him, Tiger, and Earl.
Let's get back to Ed Jones Strode. What specific articles is he reading for free on the Wall Street Journal? It's from Clevie Wade.
I don't know if it's something like during the hearings that were going on for January 6th. You know, you have the right-wing rags and the left-wing rags. Just
You were looking for middle of the road.
Spewing whatever they want you to think.
You wanted fact-based
and
content.
it's usually Reuters is pretty good too. They're kind of down the middle.
Hamsteak Head is lying again. Wall Street Journal is full pay, no free articles. No
All right, that's one of the ones I
was
look
from
at. If I
Arabia.
don't get that, then I look at Reuters too. Reuters is pretty good. AP is pretty good. They're kind of down the middle.
AP is not down the middle.
Well, what I read it is.
Sure, because that matches your opinion.
I didn't care about the story the first 20 times I heard it. Still don't. Congrats on actually doing work. It's from sister Catherine Patricia.
Well, you've got to be 190 by now. You can't be around.
Well, there's some miracle drugs out there. How old is the oldest person who ever lived?
I saw 114 the other day. Somebody was still alive at 114.
Really? The oldest, still alive, but I mean the oldest to ever live.
I don't know.
Do we have
to find out.
Look that up.
Weren't
Jack.
there some people in Russia that were living to their 120s or something?
Really?
It's normally Asians, like in China.
It's always cold weather.
Jean Clement
Gino.
is the oldest person to have ever lived. She lived, anyone want to take a guess?
123.
Buck 23?
No, it's 117.
119.
122 years and 164 days.
What do you think those last 22 were like?
I assume the final 22 years were all pretty similar.
She probably had grandchildren die of old age.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Great grandchildren, probably.
Yes, grandchildren, absolutely.
Yeah, in their 70s and
Yeah.
80s. Yeah.
No question.
I saw an interview with a lady who was like 110, celebrating her birthday, in the old folks' home. But she was sitting in a chair and said, "What's your secret to longevity?" She goes, "I usually have a scotch a day." She drink a scotch.
That was it.
Yeah.
How
do
long
we have the
would
interview
you-
of the lady that they?
Trying to find it.
Let me
I saw that
pose-
the other day, and I'd never seen the video before.
How long would you like to live? Like, I'll be honest, I don't need to be a buck 22.
No.
I don't think I need to be a buck.
It all depends on your health. If you're healthy and active, go as long as you can. But if you're miserable and in pain and nothing to live for, that's a different thing.
Yeah. I guess that's what it comes down to.
God, how do you live to be 122 and not run out of money?
Social Security.
They got them good.
That had to run out.
She got hers
It
back.
doesn't run out. It doesn't run out as long as you're alive. Not supposed to.
I guess I won't get much
At least
of that.
at this point, it's not supposed to.
My Social Security and pension are kicking in starting October 1st.
God bless you.
I'm getting them both at the same time.
Nice. You still work?
Nice.
What?
And working, do you get less?
Not if you reach full Social Security age.
Were you an AFTRA guy?
Yes.
That's what, 167?
Depends on the year you were born.
Yeah.
For me, it's 66 and 4 months.
66 and a half? Or?
Depends on the year you were born.
Okay. Because that's what people keep telling me, that I want to wait till 66 and a half on the social.
Yeah. Then if you work, your benefits won't be affected. You can still get it, but you'll get less benefits while you're working.
You can still generate revenue also.
Oh, yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
But not until you reach full retirement age.
Full retirement age.
Will the benefits remain full regardless of whether you work or not?
Right.
Yeah.
Eggs, you got Medicare? You've been getting texts about Medicare. You got that all signed
No,
up?
I haven't done it yet.
Are you eligible?
Yeah, 65.
Do you have any other form of health insurance?
Oh, yeah, I got full coverage here.
Here at this place.
Yeah, but I don't know what Medicare does. I don't even know how you get it. Just
I
make a
hear
phone
people
call?
say Medicare pays for everything.
You just make a phone call?
In there?
Just make
Medicare, you got to pay for Medicare. Not free.
I thought it was free.
Not free.
Can I go through the provider that we have here, and can they do that for me?
No, that's different.
It's a
this
whole
is private.
government thing.
I just
have to pick somebody?
Are you making a switch?
I just researched a lot of that.
Yeah.
Whether I should go Medicare or stay on the company plan, and the big insurance guy at Hubbard said, "Oh no, you stay on the private plan as long as you can. It's better than Medicare."
No question.
Then I won't even worry about.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah.
I thought it was kind of tied in where I just add it to you.
No.
What's crazy is John Tyler, the 10th president of the United States, still has a living grandchild with us today. It's true. He has a grandson. He's like 88 years old. Yeah, John Tyler, the 10th president, has a living grandchild.
That would have been. I mean,
I guarantee you, Tyler was
would have
dead
been elected in
when he was born.
1830.
Harrison Ruffian Tyler is now the only living grandchild of a president born in the 18th century.
But he probably never met his grandfather.
Well, he's currently 91. So, here, I'm going to read it out to you. These days, Harrison Ruffian Tyler, 91, is allowed only one designated visitor during the pandemic.
Who's Ruffian? What kind of name is Ruffian? Wasn't that like the
Bowery?
Wasn't that like the Bowery boys
great
back
horse.
in the day? That was like the street kids, ruffians.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So Tyler was president from 41 to 45.
All right, 41 to 45, and he's got a grandchild still alive.
So-
And folks, we're talking about 18.
Yeah.
4 or 5, not 19.
So the grandchild, the grandfather would have been 100
Well,
That's 180
when he was
years,
born.
His second wife, Julia, Tyler was fathering children throughout his 60s. One of these children was Leon Tyler Sr., born in 1853, nearly a decade after his father's term in office.
Okay.
Leon ended up following a similar domestic path, being widowed, then remarrying to a much younger woman. They had Harrison, the still living grandchild, when he was 75 and she was 39.
All right, his grandfather was dead by then.
So John Tyler's son was 75 when he had the current living child.
75!
Yeah.
Wonder what the bachelor party was like.
Man.
And the president had been dead probably 40 years.
He'd been dead for a while, but he's still a living grandchild of the president.
So what? He can't talk about him?
That is almost amazing.
That's still pretty incredible.
Can you talk about your grandfather? No, he was dead 40 years before I was born.
Well, you can tell stories and
About how? You never met him.
But
stories
still
get passed
down.
Pretty amazing.
Yeah, it's no big
The
deal.
audio story, or what's it called?
It's no big deal
Sound
because it's
story.
not
Sound story.
you.
Let's get back to me.
Iggy, if you don't sign up for Medicare in a certain time frame around your 65th birthday, you will have penalty for life.
Yeah.
Well, if I sign up for it.
Well, you will at some point. At some point, you probably won't work here and you'll still be alive. And then you'll need health care. You'll need Medicare. You need to sign up for
Well, then I'll get
Part
it then.
A. Part A now.
Oh, God.
What do you mean? It's a benefit you've earned.
I still got to pay for it.
Well, you don't pay for
It's
Part
not like
A.
crazy.
But Part A. But then there's Part B and there's Part D. And so one covers prescription drugs, and one covers hospitalization. And
Who do I trust for this? I get calls every day about this.
You're
I
getting
get
calls from
emails
people
about
trying
it
to
every
sell
day
you
now.
Supplemental plans.
You talk to one of the guys like a James Carlton. He'll direct you in the right direction.
Okay, I'll call James today.
Yeah,
Or maybe
the
next
best.
week.
Doug, can you tell us about our title sponsor? His name is Kelly. His name is Ryan Kelly.
Yeah, he's got his own health insurance. He's not on Medicare.
No, he's not.
Or certainly not on Medicaid.
He may have
That's-
a little extra with the climbing.
He's going to take me to Ecuador. He's going to put me in his backpack.
This is not about you. This is about Ryan Kelly. He is climbing a mountain for the kids. When is he going? Like next week?
He said
or something
12
like
days.
that?
He
Yeah.
said 12 days yesterday.
Always doing something for charity. Always trying to give back to the community. He's just the absolute greatest. And he's got there because so many people enjoy what he has done for their mortgages. He's just a great guy. He'll get you the best loan possible. Oh, and he can give you a 10-day lock-in guarantee, 10-day closing guarantee. You want to lock in your rates right now if you can, because rates are fluctuating. You lock in that rate right now, and then if the rates go up, you won't have to pay the higher rate. If the rates go down, you can switch to the lower rate. Just makes a lot of sense. You can do that all at thehomeloanexpert.com. He's got loans for everyone. He's got that Hero Loan for the veterans. If you qualify, the VA loan program is the best option out there. You can buy a house with no money down and cash out refinance up to 100% of your home's appraised value. At HeroLoan.com, they cover your appraisal and can close your VA loan in as little as 14 days. Whether you're refinancing a loan or buying a new home, visit HeroLoan.com. It's the only way to VA. Ryan Kelly will take good care of you, whether you're looking to buy a new house with an original mortgage or refinance. Again, the website, thehomeloanexpert.com.
And with the hot weather that's certainly incoming, it's raining right now, but it'll get hot again real soon.
This weekend.
Yeah, if you're going to have any HVAC issues, you need to get in touch with Seth Goldcamp and the fine folks over at Design Air Heating and Cooling.
Design Air Heating and Cooling is the official HVAC provider of TMA and the Tim McKernan Show. I am a client. Doug Vaughn is a client. And we would like to see you become a client as well. When you're dealing with the summer months in St. Louis and your air conditioning goes out, it is an absolutely brutal experience. So what do you do if that happens? The answer is you go to designairservice.com and you work with Seth Goldcamp and his incredible staff of service technicians. You click on book now and you're talking with somebody right away. And I don't know how many times I've gotten emails from listeners who say, I couldn't believe it. They were at our house within a couple of hours. And that's what you need when it's so hot out and your air conditioning isn't working. So make sure, should that happen to you, you go to designairservice.com and work with the company I work with. And the company Doug Vaughn works with, the company is Design Air Heating and Cooling, the company you should be working with. Online at designairservice.com.
That's Design Air Heating and Cooling. Text on in the Engineered Design Facilities text inbox. Call us at the Steve Schmidt Key of North County phone lines. This is the Appliance Discounters 8 o'clock hour. Appliance Discounters, your hometown appliance source, featuring major brands like GE. Guys, seriously, the fact that he made it 70 years is truly outstanding. Let's not forget this is the same guy who thought he could refinance the cardboard box that he rents. That's from Nightmare on Ken Street.
He's always, I know before he made the move over here, he didn't have health insurance. That's why I wanted to make sure he had it, because if not, he needed the Medicare.
I don't know how, especially as you get older, how you risk not having health insurance. I mean,
it's probably the most
the Affordable
important
Health Care Act, the Obamacare, that kind of took care of a lot of people in that situation.
Right.
But
yeah.
Why you wouldn't want that? I've spent my bills would have been like $300,000 or $400,000.
I can't imagine. Yeah. It's case after case after case, and well, that's not going to happen to me. You better be prepared.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It happens. My son once a few years ago had this migraine headache, and he was having trouble talking. We thought, oh, that sounds horrible. We better get you to the doctor real quick. Took him to urgent care. They said, yeah, we don't like your symptoms. Go to the emergency room. Went to the emergency room, sat there for 3 hours, of course, before he got looked at. 3 hours we sat there before he got looked at. Then they brought him in, said, nah, I think you're okay. Take a couple aspirin. You're probably okay. Sent us home. The bill was $9,000.
Oh, my.
$9,000.
My God.
No.
For
that.
For a visit and aspirin.
Yep.
Oh, my
They did a
God.
couple of other very basic routine tests on him.
It's just incredible.
$9,000.
Just incredible.
And I guess what people do without insurance, they just don't pay. You
And
just
then-
don't pay.
And then we pay.
Right. That's why it was $9,000.
Right.
Because a lot of people go and say, I don't have insurance.
I know of a gal that she had a baby. The baby was a preemie, and the baby was there for 6 weeks, and they had no insurance, and they paid for her to stay in a hotel in town and take care of the baby. And I just kept looking at the people going, who's paying for that?
We are.
Yeah.
We are.
It's crazy. Jackson, did you watch Old? I'm normally an M. Night fan, but it was Hot Trash. That's from the Concord Cock. No, I did not. I don't like M. Night Shyamalan. I don't like any of his movies.
What do you ever do to you?
I like Sixth Sense. I like the Sixth Sense. Jay, this is before I forget. We were going to do the all-time
football.
Non-Hall of Fame.
Let me pull that up.
Yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely. Doug, while he pulls that up, can you tell us about the sign right there? It's the sponsor of our fan page.
I guess you're talking about Michelob Ultra.
Yeah.
Famous for their 2.6 carbs and 95 calories only. Sponsor of the 2022 TMA Fan Page Club Championship.
Which is a prestigious event.
It's a Shishawali event in nature.
Damn it, Doug.
It's a good event.
Maybe I would tune into the local news if you'd cover something as important as this.
We're not covering it. There is a very handsome Nautica blue blazer that's going to the winner this year.
Yeah.
Be more prestigious than any green jacket they're turning out at Augusta. I'll tell you that much.
All right, I got to pull this up, Jackson. Hold on.
All righty.
You sent it Tuesday, right?
I sent it to you on Tuesday. Oh, I might have sent it to you on Monday, actually, the more I think about it. Guys, I feel like Iggy never left his 20s in terms of knowing grown-up stuff. That's from White Collar Gangster.
Yeah, kind of. I still feel like I'm, if I'm outside and I see like a 25-year-old girl, God, she's hot. I'd like to get her. I'm 65. It's not happening.
I don't think that ever goes.
But I
no,
think in my brain, I'm thinking I'm still 20-something.
Yeah.
All right, the NFL's all-time non-Hall of Fame roster. These 53 players are not in the Hall of Fame. We're not going to go through all 53. We started the other day with our discussion at quarterback, and the 3 quarterbacks that were chosen that are not in the Hall of Fame that are on the top 53 roster are Michael Vick, Ken Anderson, and Jim Plunkett. Both Doug and I think that Jim Hart was every good as Ken Anderson and Jim Plunkett.
Yes, absolutely.
So those are the 3 quarterbacks. Anybody else they're missing? Iggy brought up the guy that put up some incredible numbers out in San Diego.
Dan Fouts?
No.
He's in the Hall of Fame.
But
John Hadel.
Oh, the new guy. Younger. Been around there for a long time.
Phillip Rivers.
No, Phillip Rivers, yeah.
He's still playing, though. Can't be in the Hall of Fame.
No, he's not playing.
He's out.
But he just
well,
retired.
then he's...
And he's got like 11 or 12 kids now, doesn't he?
Does he? He's got like 10 kids.
The ones I brought up, well, just from Cincinnati, I brought up Boomer Esiason. If they're gonna bring up Ken Anderson, I'm gonna bring up Boomer Esiason.
Bengals, great.
Bengals. I don't think Boomer was a Hall of Famer.
I don't think Ken Anderson was.
We're talking about Ken Anderson's not in the Hall of Fame. You brought those 3 up that aren't in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
And if I think Boomer was better than Ken Anderson, then obviously I think Boomer should be in if you're going to put Ken Anderson in there.
Sonia says Tony Romo is better than Michael Vick. Jeez.
Oh, no.
Not even close.
No.
Michael
Better
Vick
broadcaster, I would agree.
Yeah.
Probably. But Michael Vick
Randall Cunningham? I don't think he's in the Hall of Fame.
He doesn't run dogfighting rings either, so he's got that going for him.
Running back. Bo Jackson, Roger Craig, Ricky Williams.
Ricky Williams is really good.
I'll take
for
Bo
a
Jackson.
long enough time?
Yeah. Well,
I mean, longevity does mean something in the game.
Was right there with the best ever until he hurt his hip.
Ricky played 11 seasons. I mean, for a running back, that's about...
that's sure.
Running
Steven
back
Jackson would be another one who...
Yeah, Steven Jackson's a great call, but don't you think...
Like Roger Craig will get in eventually, I think.
You would think, except a lot of those guys have gotten in. I'm going to read you one later that I thought would have been in that's not in.
What did Steven Jackson have? 10 seasons in a row of over 1,000 yards rushing? Bless you.
I don't know the exact stat,
well,
but I know he was
that big of a deal
awfully
anymore.
good player on some awfully bad teams.
The fullback that they chose was Mike Allstott.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty darn good
What about Jim
player.
Otis?
I don't think...
He led the league in rushing one year.
1,000 yards rushing as a fullback one time.
Yeah, he led the NFC in rushing.
Mike Allstott was a hell of a... He made the Pro Bowl almost every year from Tampa.
Yeah.
The wide receivers.
Fullback shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame.
Reggie Wayne, Sterling Sharp, Torrey Holt, Hines Ward. Hard to.
Oh, yeah, that's a good group there.
Is Reggie Wayne really not going to be a Hall of Famer?
Torrey Holt is.
Torrey Holt.
Well, he probably will. Sterling will. I don't think Sterling may get on the executive committee down the road.
Wasn't he a tight end?
Who? Sterling? No, Sterling was a wide receiver.
What about Sonny Randall?
You're thinking of Shannon Sharpigs.
Mel Gray.
Mel Gray was a damn good football player.
Yes, he was.
And a good man.
Roy Green.
Reggie Wayne was always outshadowed by Marvin Harrison.
But Sterling had the injury, or else Sterling would have probably been an auto Hall of Famer.
Lance Rensel.
A couple
Lance
other
Allworth.
positions. Tight end.
He's probably in.
Hey, Doug, why do you hate Trung candidate?
Well, because he was a lousy draft pick on a team loaded with offensive talent, desperate for defense.
Tight end. Mark Bavaro, Todd Christensen, who was a damn good football player, and Jay Novacek. I mean, that's pretty good.
That's
I don't
pretty
know
good
what other
there.
tight ends are not in, but damn.
Ernie Conwell.
You'd have to compare, because we're all compared to, because the guy that you think was probably right on the edge that got in, even though he's a St. Louis guy, Jackie Smith. You'd have to compare Jackie Smith to those three guys and see how the numbers are.
He's in now.
Jackie's in.
Jackie Smith.
And played all those years with terrible teams. And then got to the Super Bowl with Dallas and dropped a pass, and people still remember that. But to this day, Roger Staubach says, you got to stop with that. It was a terrible pass. It was behind him.
I
It
saw
wasn't
Jackie
his-
Smith a couple weeks ago at the Chick-fil-A in De Pere.
Nice.
Did you?
I sure did.
You say what's up?
I was the only one who. Well, I was sitting with 4 or 5 other people, and he was up there getting his food and walking away. No one else saw him or seemed to know who he was. And I said, "Oh my God, there's Jackie Smith."
One of the nicest guys you'll ever meet.
He
He
really
sure is, boy.
Kenny, how's it doing? What time does Frank want me on?
And he looks almost like he could still play, and he's got to be mid-70s.
JV Golf Coach says, why are you guys overlooking Isaiah Pede?
Oh, well, that didn't go well.
No, and a sad story, too.
Couple others to mention on the offensive side of things, just because I've interviewed him and he's a unique individual. Right guy, and I thought he was in. Randy Cross is not in. Randy Cross at right guard. Let's move over to the defensive side. We'll pick a couple of spots there.
Real quick, Jay, Raby just texted and asked Jay about Rob Fisher asking Mike Martz a Trung candidate question at a presser and getting tossed.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we all know this.
He
One of
didn't
the
get
worst
tossed.
days of
He
my
just got
life.
kind of ridiculed. I don't think they didn't throw him out.
Is that when?
Why don't
Martz
you
did
just
the
give him our
ribbit thing?
Why don't you just give him our
No.
game plan?
He
Wasn't it
asked
something like that.
It was,
He
why
asked-
don't you just give him our game plan?
he said, I saw that in practice you were running Trunk Canada and Marshall Faulk together in the same backfield instead of just one of them. Is that something you're going to do Sunday? Or something to that effect?
Right.
And Martz didn't like the question.
Lit
Said,
into him,
Yeah.
and Fish, because Fish's moniker was Dr. Football. And I remember Dave Green called me. I was at home. He said, "You talked to Fish?" I said, "No." He said he told me he was going over to Creve Court Park to walk around. I said, "Well, what's going on?" And he tells me the story. And I finally got a hold of Fish. I said, "It's just a coach." Dave had gotten nailed by Dick Vermeil the year before.
Oh.
At spring, I mean, at training camp, Dave said somebody looked a little iffy. I remember Dave asked Coach Vermeil, "So-and-so looks a little iffy." And Vermeil stepped back and goes, "Iffy? Who the hell are you?" How many games have you seen?
Good question.
That's why, for me, I just always, if I'd ask, I just toss up a softball. There's no reason to get them guys going.
Who's big for you?
Yeah.
As the coach, Martz should have just said, you don't know what we might do.
Right. But he
And then it would have been
boom, and Fish went to
Don
Memphis.
Shula made a point of yelling at every new reporter that
Did
was
he?
ever on the scene with the Dolphins to let them know that was his territory, and don't you ask me anything difficult.
People just need
You
to
don't like
follow
Don
the game
Shula?
plan. They need to follow the book. Coach,
he was rough.
did you say Trent Green got hurt today?
Yeah,
he got hurt today.
Defensively, I'm surprised L.C. Greenwood is not in, but everybody got in
On
up
that
there
team,
on the Steelers. Also, Neil Smith is not in the Hall of Fame. I didn't realize that.
Buffalo Bills?
And Kansas City.
That's Bruce Smith. Who's the Buffalo Bills' great defensive?
Bruce Smith.
Bruce Smith.
Yeah. Joe Klecko, actor and
he's an actor.
Nose tackle he was in a couple Cannonball movies and
Oh, was he?
Hung out with him in Bermuda.
He and Mark Gastineau are quite a team.
Yes.
Yes.
Gastineau get in? He probably should have.
I don't know that Gastineau's in.
He died pretty young, didn't he, Gastineau?
Tough loss today. Tough loss today, yeah.
Yeah, Klecko.
Harvey Martin not in.
Oh, yeah.
Klecko was friends with this family that came down to Bermuda every year, and he came down and we kind of hung out,
You and he hung out. Sure, he probably looked you up.
And we kind of hit it off. Gave me his number, and we kept in touch.
Yeah.
Linebacker position.
He married
Pat
to some-
Swilling, who was a damn good player, and Chuck Howley made the list.
London Fletcher, he's not in.
Not on.
Chuck Howley, I'd like to know how many people from that Green Bay era are in the Hall of Fame.
He was a Cowboys, Chuck Howley.
Oh, that's right, he was.
Boy, it's hard
I want to see how many
believe-
people from that Cowboy are again.
Hard to believe Lester the Molester's not in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Lester Hayes.
Because he was the best going for a while.
You ain't lying. Darren Woodson's not in. At strong safety. But those are. I thought it was interesting the way they looked at it and what guys shouldn't. And
I mean, Lester Hayes was the absolute best corner in the league
all that
for a few years.
stipping.
It must have only been a few years, and we remember.
Yeah, it
them.
must have been a 3 or 4 year stretch, or else.
guess.
Yeah, I mean, because he was damn good.
But guys at those positions don't generally last a whole lot more
No.
than 3 or 4 years. The running backs.
Had a couple things gone differently, the end of the game could have been different.
Jeff Fisher in there, Hall of Fame.
Who?
Jeff Fisher.
I think we've earned a little bit of respect.
I do not.
No, he was really a nice guy. He got kind of a bum rap. He was very pleasant in every situation you'd ever catch him in, even after a tough loss.
Chris Long talks on his podcast like the difference between like the feeling in the room or just around the team when Spags was the coach and when Fisher was the coach. There's night and day.
Oh, I'm sure.
Spags made them fly out like the day before. I mean, you probably know that they'd fly out like the day before and like get in late. And Fish would want to leave on Friday so that everyone could get comfortable and get relaxed. And
Probably the difference in being a player and not having been a player.
Yeah.
Right.
Fisher got it, and Spagnuolo
Did not.
and never did.
Yeah, that's and Spags was like just like Chris Long talks about. He wanted to switch his number. He was drafted. He wore 72, and because Leonard Little wore 91, and so when Leonard Little left the team and Spags took over, Chris asked Spags, "Can I change my number to 91? That was my college number." And he goes, "Well, we're still waiting for Leonard Little. He might come back." And Chris was like, "Well, I want that number, and Leonard Little plays my position, so he's not even happy with me, and I was the first overall pick or second overall pick."
Oh, he was clueless. to see him on the sidelines as a defensive coordinator get all this praise heaped on him is really hard to watch.
Well, I mean, it's the old adage that some guys are much better at the coordinator spot than they are at the top spot.
And they're better when they have a bunch of good players.
Well,
in their
that is true.
position group.
Yeah.
It's different when you're trying to think of the NFL players that should be in the Hall of Fame that aren't compared to Major League Baseball players that should be in the Hall of Fame. Because there's usually some stats you can look at.
Yeah.
NFL said, well, he had 65 touchdown catches. Well, all right, there's 95 guys in the Hall of Fame that had 65 touchdown passes. Baseball, you can look at 500 home runs, 1,500 RBIs, hits.
Especially football where there aren't a whole lot of stats. I mean, you can be a really good defensive player and not have a whole lot of great stats.
Yeah, like what is an offensive tackle? Like what stats are they boasting?
Yeah, see, it's harder.
It's all like the eye test kind
And now with the...
To help us all come together as the 12th Ram, we've created Ram Rules. Follow these 5 rules to give our team dome field advantage.
Together as one, we can do it.
I know
We can do it!
She's excited.
You do? Ram Rule 1.
Sound like Betty.
Down and goal. When the Rams offense is at work at the line.
Ram Rule 2.
Mickey Carroll.
He's got a first down. Every first down for the Rams, our announcer says, St. Louis, you scream,
first down.
Ram Rule 3.
This is what you have to tell people in another country.
Rams by making some noise! I can't hear you.
Those are tweaks, right?
Every time we get to the quarterback, I want to hear you yell, sack! After you sacked again. Sack!
Ram Rule 5.
Josh Brown to kick it off.
Leading up to every kickoff, let's slow clap it out.
No, that is slow clap it out.
Mickey Carroll.
That's all. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Now, that was an organization that knew how to fire up the fan base.
They thought we had never watched a football game before.
That may be the worst thing ever put together for any sports organization.
It's got
Any
Kevin
professional
Dimoff.
franchise, you're right.
It's got Kevin Dimoff just written all over it.
I mean,
doesn't it?
how sad is that?
That's somebody who really doesn't understand football.
Right.
That you think we don't know.
We got to put on the jumbotron.
The offense is at work.
So if they're on the
No one
offensive
has
line and they're
ever-
calling a play and somebody behind you talking, shh, they can't hear them. The signal, shh.
Doug, has anyone ever yelled sack?
Not in the history of the game has anyone ever yelled, sack! Not once.
How odd would that be?
Oh, trust me, there were some doorknobs that
Stadium
watched that
just all
video and
across
did that.
America. Oh,
Hey, honey, remember the video, honey? Sack.
I don't know if anyone did that.
the gal that you hear her voice,
Yeah.
Lois, a gigantic Rams supporter. I mean, just loved them, lived them.
Where'd they find her?
She
We're
got
putting
involved.
a video
I mean,
together and you just did a
She
contest?
was one of their big fans. I mean, and a big supporter, an advertiser, I believe. They owned a trucking company.
Oh, yeah.
And Sarah B. and I and your buddy Joe did some shows from there. But, boy, to hear her on there, it pains me.
De Niro?
Because she, producer Joe.
Oh, you said friends.
Well, I see. But it just pains me to hear, because she knew football, and I'm like...
Didn't sound like it.
Well, she did it because they put it in front of her.
Right.
Jackson, be prepared to be promoted to Iggy's parental guardian once Tim inevitably retires. The Bermuda busboy won't have any idea how to yank his crank once he's no longer working under the protection of Tim. Thanks. This is from Cal Mays, oversized T-shirt, best friends with Ted Nugent since 1990.
Oh, really?
I don't even know what any of that meant.
It meant that you're going to need a caretaker.
Jackson's my caretaker?
For the right price.
Oh, you're going to be his caretaker?
For the right price. I mean, who am I to turn down good money?
And Tim's my caretaker?
He may be the laziest person on the damn planet. No one else fights so hard to avoid something that has a benefit. It's from Beer Cats.
Read that again for me.
And I read. He may be the laziest person on the damn planet. No one else fights so hard to avoid something that is a benefit. That comes from Beer Cats.
Well, it is something you need to get your arms around as you get to our age, Iggy. You got to figure out Social Security and Medicare both. You may not need Medicare. You don't need Medicare as long as you're working here.
What I'm glad is that you got health insurance, period. So,
But you do
good.
have to sign up within a few months of your, I believe, your 65th birthday.
Happy birthday.
Otherwise, you pay a penalty.
So I have until September. Can I be 2 months over my birthday?
I'm not sure, but I think, well, you just had your birthday. You could sign up today and be within 1 month. Be within a couple days.
I don't know how to sign up.
It's online.
Go to the website.
Yeah, but how do I pick one?
All right.
I'm sure there's 9,000 companies
No,
trying to give me this.
You're confusing Medicare supplement plans with Medicare.
Yeah.
The people that are calling you trying to sell you something are trying to sell you supplement plans that will pay for things Medicare doesn't pay. That's big business. Medicare is something you've earned by paying into it with your taxes throughout your lifetime.
Get your benefit on prescriptions, and doctor's visits.
No one's calling you, telling you, please sign up for Medicare. Please, no, those are the supplement plans. You need to go online, Google Medicare, and it'll walk you through the steps how you need to apply, at least get into the system.
Okay.
Someone in the YouTube chat saying R.I.P. Gene Hackman. Gene Hackman isn't dead.
Unless it just happened.
No way. That would be tragic.
You talked about him earlier in the program.
I know.
thought he did pass away.
No, he's still alive.
Yeah.
He's old, don't get me wrong.
I am worried since we've lost Bill Russell
You did
and Vince
call it
Scully.
the three.
You know
they
who
came
I'm worried
in
about?
threes.
I'm worried about Willie Mays, who's about 95 years old.
Yeah.
Not in good health.
Yeah. Gene Hackman is still alive. Anyone want to take a guess on Gene Hackman's age?
92.
87.
I'll say 90.
Jay Jr. Collect the
He's really
cigar.
92?
92 years old.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Popeye Doyle.
Yeah. They do come in. I said right when Tony Sirico died, because that was after Jimmy Kahn. I said, they always come in threes.
I know.
And Paul Sorvino a couple days later.
I mean, those are giants. Bill Russell and Vince Scully.
Yeah,
Absolute
I mean,
giants.
Yeah, I mean,
they don't get any bigger in their field.
It was really cool yesterday to see all of the Vince stuff. It was.
I have some audio of Bob Costas.
Yeah, what's your Costas?
Choking up, talking about his friend, talking about when he won the Presidential Medal of Freedom.
Where was he at? On MLB Network?
Yep.
When Vin received the Presidential Medal of Freedom in November of 2016, he was kind enough to invite me and my wife Jill to be there for the ceremony, and it was Barack Obama's last Presidential Medal of Freedom ceremony, and there's Vin with the president, and they really emptied the bucket. I'm going to forget some names, but Michael Jordan, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Robert Redford, Tom Hanks, Robert De Niro, Bill and Melinda Gates, Ellen DeGeneres, Diana Ross, and I'm leaving some people out. And Vin was among them. Okay, the ceremony is over, and we're in some other room, I forget what it is, adjacent to the East Room. And Vin went out into the Rose Garden to be interviewed for the CBS Sunday morning program. Meanwhile, the Marine Corps band is playing a variety of standard songs. And when Vin Scully walked back out of the Rose Garden and back into the White House, the conductor of the Marine Corps band spots him, and immediately he cues the band to play Take Me Out to the Ball Game. But then he hands Vin the baton, and Vin steps up on the podium, and he's, at least figuratively, conducting the Marine Corps band. And I look over at Sandy, and someday, I'll share this picture with you because Jill recorded it on her phone. The look on her face, now I'm getting emotional, just a pure love and connection was so touching. I can't believe I'm choking up. You're not supposed to do that.
No,
Be professional, Bob.
Yeah, that would have been a fun thing to see.
Yeah, just incredible. And then I also pulled this clip from a New York Football Giants game that Vin called, and I thought it was a really good call.
Our lineup, New York. Moorhead is wide right, Robinson left, Hammond and Coulter, the running back. And Pisarcik going down the left side to Romo. What a hit by Gary Fensick. Otherwise, he holds on to it, but Fensick knocked him loose from his senses. You think he didn't? Take a look at number 45, 6'1", 192-pound Gary Fensick, and he hit Robinson, who weighs 170, and almost knocked him to Jersey City.
I just thought that was
Boy,
a great
Gary
call.
Fensick was a diva.
Oh, he was. The Bears had a couple of those guys. Who was the other one?
Oh.
Fensick and another guy.
Yeah, they would just, and they come flying.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Oh, yeah. You forget that he was one of the top football guys, too. He could have done anything.
He could have done anything.
Yeah, he could have broadcast chess, and you'd suddenly be listening to chess on the radio.
Here's a great text. The Illside is saying, I love watching Doug listening to Vin. You can tell he loves hearing him call games. It's from the Illside.
Oh, I do.
Yeah.
Sometimes I go on YouTube and just play different things.
It's just,
and Jack Buck, too.
His voice is so, like,
Yeah.
it's just like, when I hear Vin Scully's voice, I just think of old school baseball.
Mhm.
It puts a smile on my face. I know
Sure.
that for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, to think that Ozzy said it's a soundtrack of his summer, as being a
It
kid
is.
out there.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty cool.
And just to think that it's someone you'll never see anyone like that again.
No.
You can't be any better than that.
I saw Senior yesterday, and we were talking about that. We had talked about some of the older announcers, and he said it's just different now with all the outlets, and you know,
It's a TV game now.
Yeah.
Instead of someone painting the picture with words, it's a TV
It's a show.
director's
Yep,
game.
it's a show
For the most part.
So what'd your grandma think?
I don't know. I haven't talked to her yet.
No, you won't know until you speak with her.
That's the soundtrack of my summer. Cal May question.
make questions.
That's where the
Is he still
media's
doing
gone.
it?
The media's gone from Vin Scully.
Is he still
So
doing
what
it,
do your
Angry?
grandma think?
No, he's
retired.
He's traveling with his wife.
You seem down about the whole situation.
No, I haven't gone to his Facebook page. I see if there's a picture of him and Vin anywhere.
Oh. He got a lot of pictures.
Well, he had a picture.
He and Joe Madden were tight.
He had a
Tony
picture-
Dow.
He had a picture of him and Tony Dow on there. the other
He
day.
decided to post that on a fan
Yeah, it's
page.
good friend Tony Dow.
Tony Dow we had on this show once.
I believe that, yeah.
We interviewed him. Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah. And
What
we
about
had-
Mathers?
No, haven't had him.
Every time I'd call him,
Like
'cause I had a
the
number
bad
for him.
feelings league.
Every time I'd call him, he'd say, I have nothing to promote right now. I said, and finally I called
Who
him.
is this?
Jerry Mathers. And I waited a little while and I called him. I said, yeah, we're just doing this kind of Where Are They Now thing. We'd love to get you on. He goes, well, I mean, I got to wait till I have something to promote. I said, well, you haven't anything to promote in like 3 years. I mean, he wasn't happy with that.
Well, he's probably gone through his entire life as
the Beaver.
As the Beaver.
Well, he wants to. He's proud of that. That's all he has.
There was probably a time in his life where he didn't want to.
So he played Beaver Cleaver.
Nicely done. That's correct.
He played
Beaver Cleaver.
That is
You
right.
never saw Beaver Cleaver?
You never saw Beaver and Eddie?
Leave It to Beaver? Have you ever seen it?
You don't know about Eddie Haskell.
I've heard.
Oh, for crying out loud. It's one of the most iconic TV shows in the
terrible.
history of this country.
That is bad that you don't know
I've seen the
who
Andy.
Eddie Haskell
I've seen
is.
like every episode of the Andy Griffith Show. I think most people my age couldn't say that.
No. The same, little before, just a little bit before Andy Griffith.
Andy Griffith is fantastic. So
Andy Griffith is good stuff.
Don
Andy
Knotts.
Griffith is a much better show than Leave It to Beaver.
Right, because
much funnier, much better.
Yeah,
because Don Knotts would still be funny today.
Yes,
like Don Knotts is hilarious.
it still translates today. That program translates to today.
No, I liked it better when it was in black and white. The color,
the color ruined it.
Yeah, it wasn't as
when
good.
Then Ken Berry came on and Mayberry RFT.
But Andy Griffith was great as the wise old sheriff. And
Francis Bouvier.
Yeah. Leave It to Beaver was not a particularly funny show.
No,
but it's just something that everybody watched.
Because it was there.
It's the only thing on.
You would have liked the episode when Beaver's mom, June, invited Mrs. Landers over to the Miss Landers over for dinner.
Yes.
And Beaver sold tickets.
Was Miss Landers the teacher?
Yeah, and Beaver sold Whitey and Gilbert tickets to go sit up in the tree and watch them have dinner.
How about Tooey?
Now, Tooey wasn't in it. But then the line I'm talking about that you would have loved is Mrs. Landers walked out. She'd seen him, but was playing like she didn't see him, and she walked out with Beaver, and they're standing there, and Whitey goes, "Look, she's got toes." She had open-toed shoes on. She goes, "Look, she's got toes."
I remember when Wally had one of his first dates, and his mom said, "Now, you compliment your date. You tell her how pretty she looks. You think of something nice to say to her." He said, "Okay, Mom." So he got to the date, and he says to the girl, "Gee, you don't sweat much for a fat girl."
What? Well, the best line you got.
Lumpy was on there too.
You got to go find him. But whenever Ward would yell, Beaver was always getting in trouble. That's his whole thing. He got in trouble every day. And Ward would say something. Then June would come down. Ward, don't you think you're a little hard on the Beaver? Don't you think you're a little hard on the Beaver last night?
Jackson, true test. Have you ever watched Blazing Saddles before? Yes. Gene Wilder.
You have Blazing Saddles. Have you History of the World Part 2?
I used to have the full Mel Brooks collection as a kid, and so I got everything.
I haven't seen that.
Young Frankenstein.
It was. I liked it a lot.
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah.
Mel Brooks. I've seen a bunch of his stuff. Young Frankenstein is my favorite. I just love Gene Wilder.
Yeah.
Legend. Doug, was Matlock better than Andy Griffith Show?
No.
Well, two totally different. One was a family show, and the other one was a lawyer.
Yeah.
My stepdad and I used to paint each other's chest.
This is the Appliance Discounters 8 o'clock hour, your hometown appliance source, featuring major brands like GE. Text on in. We've been reading a bunch of texts. Those come from the Engineered Design Facilities text inbox. If we could, we're going to hear a little bit more about the fine folks over at EDF. That's Engineered Design Facilities.
All right.
Engineered Design Facilities Fire Division is now testing, inspecting, and maintaining the fire system on all commercial kitchen and restaurant hoods. If you have visibility to your company or place of business's commercial fire alarm panel and system, please email fire@edf-rg.com, and they will have a technician come out and provide a free evaluation of your system and offer the most competitive contract pricing in the market. You can also check them out anytime at www.edf-rg.com, the official commercial fire alarm services and solutions provider of TMA. EDF is Missouri and Illinois preferred full-service vendor for licensed and certified professional servicing, monitoring, and testing for fire alarm services and systems, fire suppression systems, fire alarm system monitoring services, tenant improvements and construction, security access and monitoring services. It's Engineered Design Facilities. Check them out at edf-rg.com. Engineered Design Facilities.
That's Engineered Design Facilities. All right, that's going to close out our Appliance Discounters 8 o'clock hour. We'll be back in the next hour with the Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day. That'll all be in the Maggie O'Brien's 9 o'clock hour. Coming up here on the Ryan Kelly Morning After. This is the Ryan Kelly Morning After live from the Michelob Ultra Studios.
Hey, this is Tim McKernan, and I am here with Ryan Kelly, the HomeLoanExpert.com, longtime title sponsor of TMA. I'm talking about a decade. Well, the gallery Missouri is fired up here to see you, Ryan, and we are happy to have you. And you are always taking care of our audience, and now you're doing it in a way that is very appreciated at this particular moment in American history with the cash out refi.
Not only are we doing the cash out refi, but I'm going to put a 10-day closing guarantee on it because I know that people right now need money like they've never needed it before. I totally understand it. I talk to these clients every day. People are seriously considering, do I buy groceries or do I fill up my car? Can we afford to go see our kids when they get out of school by flying there? Like, it's just crazy. So that cash out refinance, if you're a homeowner, now is the time. In fact, our average client received over $54,000 at closing with a simple cash out refinance, and I can close those in 10 days or less. Get the money you need today. Get caught up on the bills. Stop worrying. Visit thehomeloanexpert.com.
This is Tim McKernan. I'd like to tell you about a company I started just a couple of years ago and I still own. And it's called Sound Story. It's essentially a 1-hour interview that we do either in person or via Zoom with mothers, fathers, grandmothers, grandfathers. They come in and they tell their stories, education, growing up, and of course, family stories, the wisdom that they can share with their loved ones for generations to come. It's an audio heirloom. It's Sound Story. To learn more, go to mysoundstory.com.
Iggy's Drops of the Week.
Finding a good mechanic is better than sex.
I'll cuck you.
What's up?
You can't cuck a dead person.
Jabe White. Seeing Jawad Howard before the tournament game and saying, welcome to the Sweet 16. It's nice to see you. You shouldn't have been in a tournament. You're hitting coaches. And here you are in the Sweet 16. But I'm not going to introduce you to the Elite 8. You're going home tonight, Jawad. And he sent him home.
Yeah, I'll get a text, I'm sure.
Break the
Hey, buddy,
news.
Tiger here.
Tiggy.
I feel like his sphincter would just...
He's playing against the Scrubs. Playing against the Scrubs. You know, I never get credit when credit's due.
Oh, it looks good. You guys look all really hot.
I'm here for the pegging.
Do you get your sausage, Doug?
Scissors, spring and summer.
We're pretty talented.
Who had the take?
It's pretty normal to have parents have listeners of an AM radio show take their kids to practices and get ice cream at Ted Drew's while their parents try to bang a porn star.
Well, we're not all shallow on the show. I'm fairly shallow.
How did it feel to be on the business end of a cooking?
I got a nice crank.
What do I freeload?
Well, just about everything. It's a perfect day for Botox.
Then 4 D-picks, too, so just
Oh, no.
sad.
Did you rank them?
One wasn't bad. I'll give you a perfect example of being old.
Nah, brah.
I know how to send emails and porn. That's really
all you
all I
need,
use it for.
man.
But I'll toss your salad.
You got a nice caboose now, mister.
Smell my musk.
Like I got ass implants. I got them, you know? I thought it'd make me a more attractive bottom.
I would sell crusty underwear all day.
Why do you have to be a child?
Wasn't this whole show kind of childish?
I mean, I can't tell you how many people I meet and sign for and take pictures with, so rock on and rock hard.
Everything has to be gay, too, doesn't it?
There has to be sex involved for there to be a cucking. Get them a little brown, I cut them open, I put them on one side. When they get brown, I turn them over, put some cheese in the middle, broil it into my mouth.
People have a lot of kinks, and there's a lot of money in those kinks.
Cuck away. Tim looks better. Don't argue, it's just a tree.
But you can cuck a ghost.
What do you want me to do?
You have the hog to back it up.
This looks too professional.
That was Iggy's Drops of the Week.
Remember how life used to be exciting and hold promise for all the good things to come?
I used to work with a pastry chef from Bombay. His name was Mesfin.
Remember waking up on Christmas morning and believing in something?
Now, how that will happen, we haven't yet worked out, but I do believe in it.
Well, that's all gone.
In the air, left field, and gone.
Best you can hope for now is a glass of bourbon and a plate full of ribs to distract you from your impending mortality.
I could use some of that pork, pig boy.
Don't fight it. Salt and smoke.
There's a lot of common sense and Western wisdom like don't squat with your spurs on and always drink upstream from the herd. And there's also some Western wisdom that's less common, like never steal from a bear what you can't make for yourself, or a man doesn't know his worth until he's eye to eye with a rattlesnake holding a toad. I'm sure there's a good lesson in there somewhere, but there's one lesson that is perfectly clear. A Fistful of Bourbon is an award-winning blend of 5 straight bourbons and as smooth as a banker on Friday. Get wise and pick up a bottle today. Don't be a damn fool. Please enjoy responsibly. Imported by William Grant & Sons, New York, New York.
Here's Action Jackson with 3 more ways to get TMA content.
Check out listener rewards on the new TMA mobile app. Watch the show live on the TMA studio cams. Find it at TMASTL.com. Get the podcast on the TMA app. Download it now.
Thanks, Jackson. It's the Ryan Kelly Morning After on 105.7 FM HD2.
Live from the Michelob Ultra Studios, KPNT FM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. This is TMA All Day.
I mean, what the hell is going on? The Ryan Kelly Morning After.
KPNT FM HD2.
Collinsville, St. Louis.
We're letting this one breathe, Doug.
Well, it's springtime in Normandy on the Rock Road. It's the Dotem and the Hoosiers of the game. Who'll be buried in the sunflower garden on Friday afternoon? Who'll walk that 18th fairway singing this tune?
Sing it, Diggs.
Free Dotem, your stepdads and bleach.
Not this one, no.
They play
Throw some Cure up there. I'll sing that for you. I'm back in time to sing. Pull some Cure up there.
No, we're listening to a better song.
It's not even close to the Masters. This is being played when it shouldn't be played. This should be saved for April.
What should I be playing instead?
Cure?
I want to hear about the Legion of Cats Army.
Slow, DJ Gabe, Timmy Tom Tom, Low Sween, and it's the Tushy Booth, and it's Tammy's perfect swing. It's lousy chipped to 15 feet that made Cletus kiss him, and the spirit of Larry Nickel.
It's the spirit of Larry Nickel.
Keeps it alive.
He's there.
Sometimes you can't make it there.
Now it just gets so out of whack.
Stepdads and bleach, they play on my mind like a song.
I gotta hear about the Legion of Cats Army. My dad texted me, I hate this song.
Yeah, it's overplayed. If we only saved it for Masters Week, it's great.
When I'm gone,
Play us in the middle of
I'm not sure you can overplay.
first part of August.
Of Cats Army.
There you go.
Whose army?
The Legion of Cats Army.
Who's that?
I don't know.
Legend of Doug Vaughn.
And then the song just ends. All right, so I'll play. I have to call Mark Hanna to get him on the line. So I'm gonna. So while I do that, I'll play The Cure. Iggy, what song do you want?
What do you want to play?
I don't know any Cure songs. I don't know why I would. So if you would like to play one, whichever one you want.
Yeah, play Friday.
Friday.
Play Friday.
By The Cure. So I can call Mark Hanna real quick and get him.
Friday, I'm in love. If you want to.
Is this
the whole song
is this
in
a
there.
big time band?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I've never seen them in concert. That's on my bucket list.
Oh. Well,
does this song have any curse words in it?
No, Cure doesn't cuss.
You're not going to be playing air guitar or anything, are
Nope.
you?
I'm just gonna. Robert Smith, my man crush.
Oh.
They seem to only want to be playing stadiums and festivals in Europe.
In Europe. They don't like him here in this country?
Yeah, they love him here. They say, oh,
Well, why is he in Europe?
care if Monday's blue, Tuesday's gray, and Wednesday's too. Thursday, I don't care about you. It's Friday, I'm in love.
Okay.
Monday, you can fall apart. Tuesday, Wednesday, break my heart. Thursday, you don't even start. It's Friday, I'm in love. Saturday,
I missed the Dotem song already.
The Legion of Cats Army.
Sundays always come too late, but Friday never hesitates. I don't care if Monday's black.
My grandfather had a wooden
Tuesday,
chapter
Wednesday, heart attack.
I wish I still had that.
Thursday,
They have
never
tournaments where you play all
looking
wood
back.
shaft.
I like
It's
that.
Friday, I'm in love.
And you have the wood drivers, too, probably.
Wouldn't that?
Well, wouldn't that change the game?
You think of Nicholas winning all those tournaments with wooden clubs.
Persimmon Woods.
Yeah.
I'd probably pay $200 to see The Cure.
You're the
For a
only
ticket?
Yeah.
So if The Cure is coming in town, you would pay $200?
Yeah. And I would travel.
You don't pay for anything.
Well, I'm not sure I could get Cure tickets for free. Even if the station was, that would be a concert that even if the station was like part of KC Brigham, and they wouldn't have tickets, I don't think. Now, if they came to the States but didn't come to St. Louis, I would travel to see him. I'm not traveling to Europe to see him. I can't afford to go to like London or Ireland or wherever. But if they came and they were like Kansas City or Chicago, I'd go. I have to see him. I mean, it's my favorite band. I've never seen them. And they're still good.
Well, what makes them so unique? They sound like everybody else to me.
Well, you don't know music. If the Mills Brothers came, you'd spend $200 just to see a woolly
They're no
worm.
longer with us.
The woolly worm song.
Glowworm?
Glowworm.
Glow, little glowworm, glow.
Glimmer, glimmer, shine. Shimmer,
Look.
So we'll see. They keep saying, Robert Smith keeps saying, we have a new album coming out probably in 2023 and we'll tour. But they've been saying that for like 8 years. So we'll see.
All right. Well, if anyone has anything, I got to call Mark Hanna again. He didn't pick up the first time. So if you got something to say, if you got a topic.
I got something I'll throw out there just to thank some people while you're calling.
World?
Well, yesterday I mentioned Gobble Bowl, and then I mentioned it yesterday on my cooking show. What I do, Doug, is when I do the cooking show, I made your salmon. I put them in the oven for you so they're
nice.
Not too...
I'll have some for lunch.
Not a lot of butter and lemon, just some lemon on them. I baked them and I put a little lemon on them.
Yeah.
No butter. Good. But I got a lot of DMs from people asking me to make my dad burgers. They wanted to know how to do them. My famous dad burgers that my dad Skip made famous. So I said, all right, I'll do Doug's salmon, but I'll do dad burgers for you.
Okay.
So while the dad burgers were on the grill, I had time to talk to the 4 or 5 people that were in there.
The grill is outside the apartment.
Yeah.
You worried about someone stealing the burgers?
No, I just sat outside, smoked a dart, and talked to the people that were in there.
Oh.
And
Good hot don't make you fat.
And I mentioned Gobble Bowl. And I said, bowling is sold out, but please come and just hang out with us, buy raffle tickets, eat, drink, be merry. And if you have anything you want to donate, if you have any giveaways that you have extras or things laying around the house, and like 3 people DM me and said, Iggy, I have this, Iggy, I have that. And our good friends at Urban Chestnut, I guess, were watching and DM me and said, Iggy, would you like some beer for Gobble Bowl?
Beautiful.
And I said,
Great
perfect.
people over
I said,
there.
I can put that in the booze bin. So thank you to the guys at Urban Chestnut and the other people that somebody said they had a Blues replica Stanley Cup ring.
Sweet.
So thank you to that. So
I'm looking forward to Gobble Bowl, as I always am. That's a great event. I have effectively, thank you, Iggy, for helping me. We've effectively killed some time so I could get Mark Hanna on the line. Everybody, this is the great Mark Hanna here on the Steve Schmidt Kia of North County phone lines. Hi, Mark.
Good morning, everybody. How are things today?
Hey, Hansy. A little wet.
We're all
A little wet, but we had to put off my throwing 68 miles an hour today. We'll do it tomorrow.
I have no doubt that you'll pull it off. Hey, when is Gobble Bowl anyway?
November 19th.
It's a great cause, man. It's a great cause. It's so important to support things that you believe in. I've done things that I've supported in the past, and I love the fact that you are so committed to a really important cause. And you get a lot of grief from the listeners, but I got to take my hat off to you, my friend. It's a wonderful thing that you're doing.
The listeners just having fun.
Oh, how about that, Iggy? That's a nice.
But thank
great
you.
sentiment
It's,
from the great.
a team effort. The Megmeyer Foundation is just for a small little organization. They're tirelessly doing work every day.
Those small organizations are the ones that they do that thankless work. It's so easy to overlook it, but there's few others that do that work. And so to support something that is small, that really relies on what you're doing, I see that and I love that because it is really important work and it's a day-to-day battle for them. And it's important, and I hope all the listeners support it as well. Let me know what I can do, man. I certainly want to be on board with it.
Thank you, buddy. It just makes you feel good when you know that you're a very, very, very small part of this organization. But knowing if you do something and you help raise $25,000, $30,000, and that money goes to our learning center, our counseling center, we now call it was our learning center, but we're not counselors, and I'll get off the topic here soon. But we're not counselors. We can't. We can talk to teachers, or Tina can talk to teachers about bullying and what they can do and how you can try to stop it in your school. But if people come and their child is contemplating suicide because they're being bullied so much and they don't want to live anymore, we can't counsel them. We don't have a license. So we get professional counselors to come in, but we have to pay them. They give us a little discount, but we still have to pay those counselors. So if Gobble Bowl raises $30,000 and we can take care of a counselor for 10, 12 sessions, and one of those kids doesn't kill themselves because of that, then you feel like you've done something. So it feels good.
It's not just, in my mind, it's not just about taking care of that one kid. It's also all of the other people that work can affect.
Oh, yeah.
I see with my own kids about how bullying is not accepted at all, period. And that is starting to get out. And I know that that's not everywhere, but I see it with my own. And so for that positivity to spread, that support to spread, and then if you can help those kids that are in trouble, and then they can turn it around, and who else can they help? That positivity, it really does work, and I admire it. And I'm talking about this stuff because professionally, coming back to why I'm calling in the first place and forcing people to listen to my nonsense. But I look at if you have your finances in order, it can allow you to make a difference. It can allow you to have opportunities and move the needle in everything else in your life. And it's things like this that are really, really important. And so this is part of the conversation that I have with people about, is there an organization that you want to support, even in some small way? It doesn't need to be making a big gift of a lot of dollars. Maybe it's $50 a month to a charity that matters to you, and you're making a difference in that way. And that's part of the overall financial picture that we look at, as well as all the other goals that you have.
Absolutely, yeah, Mark. I remember when I was talking to you sometime last year. You're talking to me about charities, just like, what really affects you. What do you think? Would you like to? What is a good cause to you? And it's important with also saving money to donate money, because it's very important to both save your money but also donate to important causes, and important causes to you specifically.
Yeah, somebody said to me once that if you want to know what matters to people, look where they put their money. And so if you want to support cancer research, for example, if that's where you put your money, it shows that it matters to you, because there are so many things that impact so many people's lives. And Iggy, you're doing it, and I know so many others do, and I admire it, and I think it's an important thing to consider, as well as building up money and saving on taxes and protecting your family and all of these things. It really does come together. It's one solid big picture that all of those pieces come together to form.
Yeah, I'm just fortunate that I know a lot of people and I have a lot of friends, but it's mainly because they care about the foundation. If they didn't care about the foundation, they wouldn't donate just because I asked them to. But they know about the foundation, and they know what Tina does, and they know what Kate does, and they know how many lives they save by going out and speaking at schools. So it's nice to be part of a foundation that people care about.
Another one I noticed at the golf tournament they had for the golfers that Wellington is doing that work for.
Yeah,
and what a great
bipolar, yeah.
Yeah, how cool is that? And the veterans too.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, there's so many great charities out there. So, I just tell people just support the ones that are closest to you. Like if you've had someone die of cancer, support a cancer foundation. If you have somebody going through depression, Birdies for Bipolar. If you have somebody that's bullied, the Mega Meyer Foundation. And there's a charity that I think is close to everyone, that affects everyone, that you can get involved with.
Mark, thank you so
Amen.
much for joining us today, brother. Really appreciate you. If you want to talk to Mark, you can reach out to him at 314-889-0503 or evergreenstl.com. Thank you, Mark. We appreciate you, sir, as always.
Thanks, guys. Great day.
Hey, Hanson.
All right, Hansy.
Mark, great.
Can I call him for Medicaid?
Mark Hanna. You can call Mark Hanna for anything. Great guy.
Medicaid and Medicare are two different things.
Which one am I looking for?
Well, Medicaid is if you don't have enough money to buy insurance.
Well, I have insurance, so it would be
Medicare is what you get
Medicare is
when
what
you
I'm
get
doing.
65
All right, Medicare. I'm going to write that down.
Mark Hanna is the best. He helped me with a huge financial decision that did not benefit him at all. It was truly just to help me and my family, and I can't wait to keep working with him in the future. Seriously, the best. That's from Buzz. 100% agree. Mark Hanna he's special. He is absolutely special. I couldn't be more proud of someone I've never met. Great job, Iggy. That's from Dave in Maryland Heights.
Well,
What a
thanks,
nice
buddy.
text. What a nice text.
What a nice little pat on the rumpus.
I had never really met Mark. I mean, I think I met him when he came in studio, very briefly, because I was in the Covey Hole back with Gangster Pete, and I said hi to him on the way out. But to get to hang out with him at the Dotem Great guy.
A special guy. Absolutely special. This is the Maggie O'Brien's 9 o'clock hour. Maggie O'Brien's Catch a Game in the Pint at one of the two locations, either downtown or Sunset Hills. And if you're looking to change up your career, maybe Centric would be the place for you. Centric.
Hey, this is Tim McKernan. Cybersecurity is the most exciting career in technology and one of the most in demand. Centric can train you for a career in cybersecurity, and they can do it in just 4 months. Centric's hands-on program teaches you the actual job skills you need to get started. No history, no biology, just technology. That's how they do it in just 4 months, even if you have no IT experience. And you can do it online, or you can do it in person. You can do it in the evenings, or you can do it during the day, whichever works best for you. If you're interested in a career in cybersecurity, call Patrick Nealon at Centric Training today. He'll walk you through Centric's cutting-edge program and show you everything Centric does to help get you started in your new IT career. Call 314-450-4714 or go to centric.com/STL. That's CNTRIQ.com/STL. Cybersecurity is a problem for every business in St. Louis. You can be part of the solution.
Dear Deidre, my boyfriend and I rekindled our relationship for one passionate night, but it included his new girlfriend, too. We were together for 3 years and had a tumultuous relationship. We were both fiery and have big fights, but the makeup sex was always great.
Oh.
We split up because although the physical side of our relationship was exciting, we wanted different things.
Yeah.
I went off to university to study art, and he stayed in our hometown working for his family's property business. I'm 25, and he's 27.
Sure they are.
We stayed in touch over social media. I had a few flings, but nothing serious. Still, when I saw he'd met someone new, I had a little stab of hurt to the heart.
Is that right?
My group of friends and I had tickets to a big local festival, and I knew he was likely to be there.
Probably.
So I made sure I looked good. I wore my favorite play suit and, and practically showered in glitter. Sure enough, we bumped into each other, and he was with his girlfriend. I felt self-conscious, especially as his girlfriend was permanently draped all over him.
No.
But as he knew, my friends, we decided to get drinks together. As the afternoon wore on, I found myself dancing with his new girlfriend.
Dancing?
And having fun with his girlfriend, with his new girl. At the end of the night,
I smell a threesome.
If this happens, it's the most made-up story in the history of Dear Deidre.
At the end of the night, my friends went back to our tent, but this girl asked me back to theirs.
What kind of a festival is this?
For some fun. As soon as we got there, we all stripped him off and we started exploring each other.
Oh.
It was amazing to have sex with him again, and a bonus to have her involved. I left next morning feeling like I spent time with someone really special, and I wasn't thinking about my ex-boyfriend.
Oh.
My ex has got back in touch with me asking if I fancy a rematch. A rematch? And I would, but not with him involved. Should I get in touch with her? Wow, wow, wow. Deidre has an answer.
Is the wow, wow, wow in there?
No, I threw that in there.
Okay.
It was a little ad-lib from Little Piddles. You enjoyed a fun night with this woman and your ex-boyfriend, which has completely taken you by surprise. You are full of admiration for her, but remember, you don't really know her. You spent one drunken night together, and she is not available. Save yourself a lot more confusion and upset by avoiding any further threesomes with your ex and his new girlfriend. While threesomes can work for some, especially when clear boundaries are agreed upon, as you are experiencing, problems do emerge with emotions becoming involved. Dear Deidre.
Yeah, good advice for something made up.
So you don't think that that's true?
This one, no. As soon as Doug blurted out he was right, I smell a threesome.
Yeah.
We both know what's made up. It's coming.
Yeah.
There's no way that I'm drenching myself in glitter for my boyfriend. I wanted to have him again.
But if she were, I realize it's made up, but even if it was real and she wanted to go out and they're all single and go out and have a good time, who cares?
Right, but then they have a threesome, but she would do a threesome, but not with him involved. She has now fallen for his new girlfriend.
Oh.
Is that hot?
Yeah, you became a lesbian overnight. No, it's all made up.
Yeah.
The fact
We
is,
established that.
if you have a nice time in the tent, where were you? I don't know, Roccoplasto?
Huh?
But that's inside. That's
What in the world is that?
European festivals.
Roccoplasto?
Roccoplast.
Rhinoplasty? That's a nose
Roccoplast.
job.
Nose job, yeah.
Roccoplast.
Have you
tent?
guys ever
This is a
considered
Woodstock.
getting nose jobs for yourself?
No, I kind of got my mom's Lebanese nose.
A little bulbous.
Yeah, but I don't.
I got a little like a rabbit nose. I'm good with mine.
Rabbit nose?
Yeah, it's like a kind of twitches. Not really anything that I need to work on.
I don't care. Make fun of me all you want. You have a big nose. Okay, too bad. But why would you think, if you had a great time, is the first thing you do is you go to a festival, you're in a tent, you're having sex with your boyfriend, but then you start exploring the guy's girlfriend. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to sit down and ask Deidre what I should do. Hey, Deidre, I just want to be with the girl. What do you think? Are you just going to listen to her? Oh, Deidre doesn't want me to go. I'm just going to leave it alone. No, why would you even write?
They don't. It's all made up.
I won't listen to any Sally Land slander. Not in this presentation, I won't.
Well, do we have any of her podcast stuff yet?
So I've listened to a couple of her podcast episodes. They deal with like real issues, not like stupid crap like that. And I don't really want to play.
Oh, so it's not like
It's like
threesomes and
it's like
cucking.
actual like kind of some heartbreaking
No, I
stories,
don't
and I'm like not really. And like I'm like, why won't you start talking about like the guy who can't get an erection or something?
Yeah, people know you for Dear Deidre for these. Well, you know why? Because it's made up.
Heartbreaking stories aren't entertaining.
Not
I
at
don't
all.
like heartbreaking movies.
Depends.
Not me. I don't go to be sad.
Yeah, I mean,
like I remember watching $1 Million Baby, and I thought, what a horrible, horrible movie.
That's a tough hang. That
I
movie is
don't
a
wanna-
tough hang.
Yeah, what are we trying to accomplish there?
Yeah, I was like that with one of my guilty pleasures of sad movies is Lovely Bones.
Lovely Bones.
Mark Wahlberg.
No, I don't want to be bummed
Yeah,
out,
it's a movie
sad, and
where she-
depressed after watching a movie.
His daughter disappeared.
Manchester by the Sea. If you ever saw that, talk about depressing.
I don't want to.
It's a tough one. That is not. But I mean, there's some that redeem themselves. What was the movie that Julia Roberts directed about the? It's not Unbreakable. It's not Unforgiven. It's something Someone will text it in. I can't remember. It was about a POW and.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Who was stuck there forever and had to get out. It was in Japan, I think.
Yeah.
I can't remember the name of the film.
Yeah.
Someone will text it in. There's
But
nothing.
he survived all that, right? There was a bit of a happy ending.
Yes, exactly. So like you're sitting through the struggle, but then eventually there's the light at the end of the tunnel. Like so, at least you're leaving satisfied. You don't want to leave.
Yeah, kind of like Gone Girl. I mean, you thought she was dead, and she ended up.
Gone Girl. It was like an hour into the movie, you find out she's not dead.
No, wasn't it to the end where you found out she was staying with
Oh, you're once again thinking of Gone Baby Gone.
Gone Baby Gone? Okay.
Gone Girl is with Ben Affleck and Rosamund Pike.
Good or bad?
Good. Gone Baby Gone is with Casey Affleck.
Good or bad?
Good.
Good.
Both are good, but Gone Girl's better.
How do you have time to watch all these movies?
I don't think I just see them over the years. I got really into movies like my senior year of high school, and then I just started watching, like if I had a free night on the weekday, and just watch a movie.
I've gone through 23 episodes of NYPD Blue in 3 days.
I haven't done that. I've never done one of those.
That's an awful lot of sitting around doing nothing.
Is that 8 hour-long episodes?
48 minutes.
Boy, that's a whole day's worth of NYPD Blue.
Oh, it is, yeah. I just get home, start watching.
Angelina Jolie directed that, Jackson. It's called Unbroken. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I liked that one. Good. Spoiler alert, Jesus is from The Angry Old Guy.
Oh, come on. The movie was like 15 years ago.
Come on, Angry.
Gone Girl was like 2012. Didn't Julia Roberts? No, I can't read that. That was mean. It was mean. It was a mean-spirited text.
She ever got naked?
Leave it be.
I don't think so. Julia Roberts?
You would know.
Well, I don't watch a lot of her movies. I think...
you make it a point to avoid her movies?
No, I think the... what was it? The three with...
Three
Brad-
Oceans?
Oceans. I saw her in Oceans 10 or 8 or whatever one she was in.
She was in Oceans 11, 12, and 13.
Okay, I only saw one.
You only saw Oceans 11?
She was about the #1 movie actress there for a while.
Yeah,
I think. Maybe
she was
top,
up there.
very top of
She
the
was up
list.
there.
I saw Pretty Baby. I think that may have been in it.
Aaron Brockovich.
No.
Oh, it's a great movie. Pretty Woman.
That's the one I said. I think I watched that. Only because Richard Gere was in it. That's why I watched it. But
Richard Gere.
Why wouldn't you watch for her instead of for him?
I'm a big Richard Gere. Ever since American Gigolo, I'm a big Richard Gere fan.
Oh, Lord.
And what's the one where he was a dirty cop and Andy Garcia was worked for IED. And they were coming after him.
I don't know.
It was a great movie, and Richard Gere had
An Officer and a Gentleman?
No, he was a Navy pilot.
he was a dirty cop, and it was with one of the Baldwin brothers. I think Billy Baldwin.
The Jackal?
No.
Yeah,
There was something cop in it or blue or something in it.
Internal Affairs.
That's it. Great movie. If you've never seen it, I highly recommend it. But my favorite part of the movie is because he was even so cool in this as a dirty cop, is he ended up, to get back at Andy Garcia, he had sex with Andy Garcia's wife.
No, cuckold.
Yeah, and then he got him in the elevator and beat the crap out of him. And as Andy Garcia was laying there, he took her panties out of his pocket and said, "Why don't you wipe yourself off with that?"
Oh, God.
And threw his wife's panties in his face. I would highly recommend Internal Affairs. It's pretty good.
Bam, gerbil.
Do you think he gets tired of hearing that?
Yes.
Richard Gere.
Oh, God, yeah. Every time you hear his name, you can't help but think of it.
Has he ever been on a talk show where the host actually asked him about that?
I don't know.
I'm not even sure what the context of what you guys. I've heard the drop 1,000.
Well, the story is that Richard Gere likes to have gerbils up his ass.
Right, I remember that.
Yeah, but it will never die.
Who would know that?
I don't know. I guess it was just an urban legend that came out, and now every time you see Gere, they think about gerbils.
Yeah. I think about Primal Fear with Edward Norton. That's when I hear the name Richard Gere, I think of Primal Fear.
That's a great movie too. Edward Norton, great job in that movie too.
Edward Norton's great, except he's kind of tough to work with. We got the
You
design.
worked with him before?
No, I just heard that he's very brutal, and that if you're a director, he will out direct.
I thought maybe you did something that I didn't know about.
Yeah, me and Edward Norton, me and Eddie, I call him Ed. Yeah, we worked together on Motherless Brooklyn, his film in 2019. Yeah.
Oh,
it was big for me. I was assistant production. I was a production assistant on that film.
He was good in Fight Club. He was good in Rounders, but I liked him in, was it History X?
American History
X.
It's a brutal movie.
Yeah, it was. I liked him in that.
Hey, skin tag. That's not nice. Too much TV is frying your brain. You can no longer form sentences. That's from Houseman.
Well, that's just part of getting old.
Too much TV is not good for you.
Well, a little late for that.
Well, it isn't. No, you can pry yourself away from TV.
Well,
it may get to where TV is so darn expensive that people do start to pry themselves away from it.
Maybe that's why I've got cataracts, just watching too much TV.
Do you you don't sit 2 feet in front of it?
I know. I lay on the couch.
You lay down while you watch.
You're horizontal?
Sideways. Lay on my left side.
You should try sleeping on your face.
You need a recliner where you don't have to. You just sit straight back.
I have no room for a recliner in my hovel.
But you had that shoe rack that you tried getting that was 10 feet tall.
I got it in my bedroom, but I had to take out my my gnarly head wine rack that I had in there.
Doug, his gnarly head wine rack.
If anybody wants that, just go ahead and DM me. You can have it.
You have a wine rack available for the.
Yeah, whoever wants it. It's just I have it sitting in my living room now. I don't.
How large a wine rack is this thing?
Probably 4.5 feet with I think 4 racks and one on top. So you can probably fit 12, 15 wine bottles on there.
Did you have them full there? You had that wine rack?
I had it full, but I use this for knickknacks.
Oh.
Someone sent in Brian's song as a sad movie. That
very sad.
That might be
Very sad. Yeah. Old Yeller.
Boy, when Old Yeller had to get taken down.
Oh God, that's terrible.
But Brian's song, that's one of the Jimmy Kahn and that one's tough. Well, if you've had a tough day and you need yourself, you need to kind of tie one on a little bit.
Yeah, Justin Rose may want to go out and get some to drink because he's 5 over.
Well, I suggest for J Rose, fistful of bourbon. A little fistful of bourbon go a long way for J Rose.
There's a lot of common sense and Western wisdom, Doug. Like, don't squat with your spurs on and always drink upstream from the fan page. And there's also some Western wisdom that's less common, like never steal from a bear, which you can't make for yourself, or a twink doesn't know his worth until he's eye to eye with a rattlesnake holding a toad. I'm sure there's a good lesson in there somewhere, but there's one lesson that is perfectly clear. Fistful of Bourbon is an award-winning blend of 5 straight bourbons and as smooth as a banker on Friday. Get wise, pick up a bottle today. Don't be a damn fool. Please enjoy responsibly. Imported by William Grant & Sons, New York, New York.
And also, in addition to Fistful of Bourbon, Doug, if you had a long day, maybe just tie on with a cold beverage. A cold beverage, read the sign for us.
Well, the one I pick would be Michelob Ultra with its 2.6 carbs and only 95 calories. Very light, wonderful tasting beer.
Good summer, good little summer beverage. All right, before we get to the design air heating and cooling email of the day, I want to read this real quick. Aaron Rodgers revealed his past use of psychedelic drugs not only helped improve his mental health, but ultimately led him to the best season of his NFL career. Appearing on the Aubrey Marcus podcast, the Green Bay Packers quarterback
38 years old, said ayahuasca, a psychoactive tea containing the hallucinogenic drug DMT, helped him unconditionally love myself. To me, one of the core tenets of your mental health is that self-love, Rogers told host Aubrey Marcus. That's what ayahuasca did for me, was help me see how to unconditionally love myself. It's only that unconditional self-love that then I'm then able to be truly able to unconditionally love others. And what better way to work on my mental health than to have an experience like that? The drug has been used for thousands of years as a traditional healing method in Central and South America. The league's reigning MVP has spoken out in years about his renewed passion for life in the game. All in all, Rogers said ayahuasca impacted his life in more ways than he could ever imagine. I laid there afterward on my mat and opened my eyes and felt like I was opening my eyes for the very first time, he recalled.
Well, whatever works, I guess. Seemed to work for. I don't know. What does he have to not be have self-love?
Well, he's famously had a tough relationship with his own family.
Yeah, isn't that his fault?
It's
From everything you read, he's a very difficult guy to be around.
He's kind of an odd duck.
Yeah.
And his new girlfriend, they say, is similar to the kind of the ayahuasca line of reasoning. Like she's a hippie girl, as they say.
Yeah.
And so I've heard stories that he's kind of a diva, but I mean, he's also one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time.
Well, he is, yeah. But, I mean, he's lived a spectacular life so far, you would think, at least outwardly.
Boy, he really worked to get that $200 million contract. It's like, yeah, I might retire. And so they're like, all right, well, now we have to pay you everything for 4 more years.
Yeah.
But, hey, they could still, I mean, they were right in the thick of things last year. Maybe it was the ayahuasca. Maybe we should all just start tripping before we come on the show.
I wonder if he doesn't have some form of depression.
Because
when you got everything in the world going for you and you're still not happy, there's probably some depression going on there.
Sure.
Well, a lot of people.
And it just doesn't make sense when you see even people like Robin Williams just on top of the world. How you could be that depressed.
That still messes me up, Robin Williams going.
There's still people that will swear by hallucinogenics, whether it be LSD, whether it be mushrooms.
Yeah.
That they see things that just are so vivid that it just opens their mind to so many different things.
A lot of people in the creative field, they do something called microdosing, where you just take a little bit of either mushrooms or LSD or whatever your hallucinogenic of choice, and they claim it really helps them with creativity and just life in general, and they kind of swear by it. So he's not the first person I've heard. He's certainly the first athlete I've heard be open about that, about microdosing, but I've heard plenty of people in high positions, like creative positions.
Yeah, I've never done it. My brother did it once, and I just freaked him out. He took it, and he's just like sitting there, and I just walked up to him. He's in the driveway, just sitting there. Walked up there, and I started going, whoa.
What was that now?
Whoa. He goes, stop.
Careful.
And then he went and sat on the corner of in Brentwood Boulevard, right by where the Double D's Lounge used to be, and a gas station there. He sat on the curb for like 3 hours and stared at cars.
Yeah, doesn't that seem like a dangerous thing to
Yeah,
do?
it's
When
just-
you lose control of your mind, good luck. Who knows what's
And
gonna
most
happen.
people like sit in a park or something. He's like sitting on the side of the curb just watching cars.
If performing self-love on myself whilst thinking about Doug is wrong, I don't want to be right. That's from Injun
Leggy
Joe's Cave
Blonde?
Ride. Injun Joe's Cave Ride Magic.
That's Kevin Miller.
I don't think that earns him a suspension. Green Bay has had a Hall of Fame quarterback since 1992. That is nuts. So Favre, 92, all the way to Rodgers now.
Yeah. And Bart Starr before then, but he goes back to the 60s.
You know, Plowsy's a big Packers fan.
Oh, yeah.
We go back to that. Wasn't it Paul Horning?
He was not a quarterback.
I thought he played quarterback for a period of time.
running back.
I thought he was a quarterback, running back, and then kicker. Kicker and running back.
Bart Starr was the quarterback.
But I thought he played quarterback before that.
Maybe at Notre Dame.
Yeah, it could be. That's neither here nor there.
No, not anymore. It's not there nor here.
Not
Yes.
there.
I must congratulate you right now on your win already for the DraftKings. I got
You want me to pull it up?
Justin Rose 5 over Kisner. Last time I ever play you 3 over.
Oh.
So Kisner, you'll never play Kevin Kisner.
Never play Kisner again. Every time I play him, he misses the cut.
Yeah, it seems like you often play him and he never gives you what you also often play Ricky and then also say that you're never going to play him.
Yeah, well, I'm not either. He'll be on the Live Tour by this time next year. No, I mean, it's just Kisner will miss the cut when I play him. But Rose, I don't know why. I mean, he'll probably withdraw by the end of the day. His back will probably go out. But
Yeah, Doug, Iggy has Justin Rose and Kisner on the course. Both of them 8 over combined. Not a good start. Doug, you have, I think Doug's, no, Jay has Aaron Wise on the course, who's 1 under, and Kevin Streelman is 2 over. Doug also has Kevin Streelman.
Yeah.
And also JT Poston, who's even par. So.
Okay.
You beat me by 6 strokes.
Yeah, Doug's in good shape. All right, we're about to get to the Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day. Tim and Plowsy will be back on Monday.
Jay said he's coming in Monday.
He just texted me that. I don't know the situation, but I'll talk to Jay and we'll get everything squared away. But we love having Jennings on anytime.
Yeah.
He's so good.
Well, sure.
He just didn't know. I said I thought Tim is back Monday, but
Pretty sure he is.
Jay back tomorrow?
yeah,
Is he?
I thought he said he's in tomorrow.
I think he's out tomorrow.
He told me he was in tomorrow. Whatever.
We'll figure it out. Either way, we're gonna
If
we're
not,
gonna deliver.
we hold down the fort.
We're gonna deliver a great broadcast. Well, great in the eye of the beholder, but we'll deliver a broadcast.
It's hard to imagine a better radio show anywhere in this country than what you're getting right now.
I thank you, Doug. You know, I would be wrong for like the listeners to say it sounds like we had to say that. And,
Maybe tomorrow's where you call Lauren. See if she wants to come in.
Yeah, though that would be your department.
No, I'm not going to call her.
Well, who's going to call her then? Me?
You're the executive producer, as Bob Ramsey would say. You're the producer. Produce.
But I mean, you have the relationship with Lauren.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't.
But you don't want.
No, I don't want to. I feel like every time, I ask her to do something, I don't want to do that. So, I mean, if the producer of the show said you want to come in, then you're doing it for the show. I don't want to think I'm asking her because I want her in studio.
Oh, well, but
we want the studio. We want the host to want her in because we'll be short one.
Oh.
Not that we can't cover it.
No.
But.
Well, we'll figure it out. Either way, right now it's time for the Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day.
Okay.
I met him at a sleep study. I, 43, had apnea due to my thick neck and Lebanese nose. He was 76 and had the bad habit of swallowing and choking on his extra fat tongue as he slept. We got along swimmingly. Our trouble started when we went to Rockoplast together. I was working up a pretty good boner listening to a Cure cover band when my thick-tongued friend told me he needs to go sign up for Medicare or his prescription of menthol-flavored Viagra will expire. I told him let's leave the festival and snuggle in front of the telly and watch NYPD Blue with Dennis Franz, who is 68. When we saw Edward Norton, 47, on our walk home, but my cataracts were acting up and it was just Mesfin, 73, the maker of my gnarly head wine rack. We made love. My lover had to leave, as he needed to loosen up for his big pitching event he has scheduled at his work in the morning. He left me feeling empty and wanting more. That's Glenn with 1 G.
Glenn with only 1 G.
Well, you covered a lot there.
No, Glenn only has 1 G in his name.
He's new. G-L-E-N.
How else would you spell that?
G-L-E-N-N.
Okay. But there was only 1 G, not 1 N.
Yeah.
Guys, the show is so stupid, but I can't stop listening. This is literally what was said by one of your producers. I only have 2 positions. I start on my right side, and if I fall asleep right away, I'm on my right side. But if I don't fall asleep for 10 to 15 minutes, I go to my left side. That's right. It's just right to left. Thanks. That's the homie sipping on that booming loud.
Oh. Homie sipping on that booming what?
Loud.
He's new.
Ooh, I need TMA, babe. I listen every day. Praying for the day that Doug realizes we're both just gay. Old Doug. Old Doug, spoon. Old Doug, spoon Doug, caress Doug, nuzzle Doug.
Okay.
8 days a week. Love you every day, guys. Right. Always on my mind. Dreaming about the day that I can take Doug from behind.
Okay, that's enough. Who was it?
It's from Frank Sinatra's godson, Old Blue Balls.
Old Blue Balls, you've been suspended for your comments, You've been suspended a period of 2 days' time. Your name, as we speak, it's going to the STLTaxLawyer.com suspension logule, sponsored by the fabulous Mark Milton, tax expert, tax attorney. You have any problems with the godforsaken tax man, you call Mark Milton. He'll help you. You'll be saying, I'm not guilty. I'm with Milty.
You're cis,
Thank you,
right?
Milty. No thank to you, Old Balls.
Are you cis? You're cis, right?
I'm cisgender.
Yeah, I thought so.
And young.
Did anyone else notice how the sighing into the mic intensified and became noticeably more nervous when the topic turned to Warren? Makes you think. Thanks. That's from #1 Asian intern Brian Henshin, a.k.a. ASMR Ting Ting 4.0. Smash that subscribe button and ring the bell for notifications, and I'll sign you up for the Rob Show podcast.
Oh, God.
All the hashtag news and Israel Times Picayune content your little heart desires. That's from Brian Henshin.
Brian Henshin.
I had to block the Rob Show last night. Just had enough of seeing his crap.
Iggy does a great job with organizing Gobble Bowl. This will be our team's 5th year playing, and everyone on the team looks forward to it, and all he says it's the best, one of the best events of the year. Glad to know you, Leather. Now, stretch that arm so you lay with a wipe normally after recreating. That's from the 8:30 Recreator.
Yeah, I'll be throwing tomorrow.
8:30 Recreator.
Taxi Squad, great effort again. I'm going to miss this ragtag bunch once Tim returns. Ha, just kidding. Can't wait till Tim comes back. Horton Watkins, I'm sure you have read about Ken Strode's predecessor. I can't even read this. I don't even know what this says.
Okay.
One of
Well,
the
who was
worst
it?
emails ever. Ain, the first name is Ain, and the last name is Alprobe.
Ain Alprobe.
So anal probe would be Kevin Miller.
That was not Kevin Miller. Kevin Miller.
Really?
Kevin Miller
He's
was
stealing
old.
Kevin Miller's bit.
Kevin Miller was old blue balls.
Oh, he
was he?
was.
Okay.
Well, he got suspended.
He did. He did, in fact.
He's
All
not
right.
eligible for
And
any
finally,
prizes.
you've heard of the Rams rules? Well, here are the TMA rules. TMA Rule 1. When a new segment starts, make sure you're tardy and then demand to hear a song by The Cure. TMA Rule 2. Do not try to sign up for Medicare until the deadline is passed. TMA Rule 3. Demand credit for bringing Tiger Woods to St. Louis and hold a grudge against Frank Viverito for 25 years.
Not a grudge. I praise the man.
TMA Rule 4. Drive your golf cart off the path after a monsoon and then claim the photographic evidence of your offense has been photoshopped. TMA Rule 5. Raise a bunch of money for charity because you have a big heart and genuinely are a good person who takes unfair heat from a bunch of Walrus listeners. You're the best, Iggy. That's from the JV Golf Coach.
JV Golf Coach.
P.S. Jackie Boy, please peel off that black hoodie and show us your pecs. The sight of translucent pale skin helps me finish.
Oh, God.
JV Golf Coach. This is Navy, Doug. And look, it's a hockey hoodie.
I see it. It's a nice one. That's a TMA thing?
No. It's just St. Louis. I think it's Arch Apparel.
Okay.
Very clean, right? Very nice.
It looks like it's been laundered, yeah.
It has been laundered. We actually got one more email.
Okay.
Woot, 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 woot. Ann Young. Oh, hey, it's me again. Hey, Virgin, let's role play. I'll be the pillow and you can place your face in my butt. Tee, thanks. #1 Asian
That's
intern,
horrible.
Brian Henshin, a.k.a. ASMR Rapunzel 17.
Just terrible.
New haircut video now live. Snip, snip, squish, squish, whoosh, bitches. That's from Brian
No,
Henshin.
Henshin got suspended.
No, not Brian.
Yeah, I'm
She
going to
doesn't-
spend him one day. It wasn't the worst thing I've ever heard, but it wasn't great either.
She hasn't
Brian
done a new
Henshin,
haircut
one
one
day
in a while.
suspension.
Why don't you get on that, Rapunzel?
And that's what we got for the designer heating and cooling email today. What you got, Doug?
Well, I didn't like a lot of them. I'll be up front with you. I didn't like a lot of them. I guess I'll go with Glenn with one N.
It's 1G. It was Glenn with 1G.
Oh, I thought it was one N.
No.
Well, who uses 2 G's?
Well, I don't know. That's why I didn't think it was that
Glenn?
weird.
It reminds me of the text name Face Teeth.
Well, I'm going with
Glenn with one G.
I'm going with one of my favorite crooners of all time, Old Blue Balls.
Oh,
Well,
he
I
was
guess I got to
suspended.
pick one or the other, considering there's
Yeah.
only 3 of us in here. I'm going to have to go with Old Blue Balls.
Danny Lucas.
Old Blue Balls.
Kevin
you have
Miller?
One, yeah. Yeah, Kevin
But
Miller.
that's just one for Old Blue Balls. He's costing himself.
I'm calling it for Kevin Miller.
Oh,
He needs all the help he can get. He's a sick man.
why are you holding that picture?
just
Yeah, I
hiding.
mean,
I'm
what's the
hiding
deal?
me.
What are you doing?
Look at it over there. It looks perfect.
So you're just going to talk?
I'm just going to hold it until the show's over.
You want to do
Why?
that for all 3 hours tomorrow?
No, not tomorrow, no.
Why are you doing that?
I don't know. They thought that I was trashing Frank Viverito. I wasn't. I praised Frank Viverito and said nobody in the city has brought more tourism to the town than Frank Viverito.
But he should have gave you credit for Tiger.
You should have given me credit, so I'm going to hold this picture up until we leave.
Okay. All right.
There's nobody else has a picture with both of them on the driving range.
Following today's program, you'll hear a little Pepper and Genie eggs. What we got for P&G, brah?
Believe it or not, I still have that shirt. I still have that yellow polo.
How many years ago was that? 20?
24 probably.
Well, if it still fits, I
Yeah,
guess.
it does.
I'm 24.
I was
So that
wearing
shirt
I was
is
wearing
as
that shirt the
old
year
as
you were
Jackson.
born.
When is that picture taken?
I think he came in 98.
It was the year I was born. March 98.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll think of something while I'm smoking. Or you can come up with another topic.
Yeah, I'll think of some.
All right.
Randy and Michelle will be taking over our 1 hour over there on 101 ESPN. They're going to be in Canton tomorrow, Doug, for the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Who's going in there? Anybody from St. Louis?
Vermeil.
Oh, that's right. Vermeil's going in.
Yeah, so
That'll be
they'll
fun.
be out there covering that. That's going to be pretty cool.
He was a great guy.
Yeah.
Great guy.
Oh, yeah. Heard some incredible stories about
Mhm.
Vermeil. So.
He'll cry.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't have any doubt about that.
That'll be great, and they'll be out there live tomorrow, so you can catch that on 101 ESPN. Pepper and Jeannie coming up next, and then we'll just bring the heat tomorrow as always, man. Have a wonderful Thursday, St. Louis. Stay dry, stay cool, and let's see if we can get both games, Doug, of this twin bill against the Baby Bears.
Well, it looks promising right now.
The Northsiders.
What's the weather say?
I think we'll get one in. I think the night game may be postponed. I think we'll get it in.
It's not supposed to rain at all tonight.
Well, it may be late.
There's no rain even in the forecast.
Yeah, there could be a shower.
It's not raining tonight.
Well, they could have got the game in last night if they had started it.
I think they're worried about lightning.
Yeah, that's probably it.
Well, either way, let's go Redbirds. And
yeah, I think they'll get them both in.
Yeah,
I said they'll get them both in.
You said it's going to rain for the second one.
I said there may be a delay in the second one.
There's no rain in the forecast at all.
Maybe the people getting out will be late. They'll have to postpone until the people get out.
Oh, for heaven's sakes.
There you go, Iggs. That's a good call right there. That's going to close our Maggie O'Brien's 9 o'clock hour here on the Ryan Kelly Morning After. Back tomorrow with more heat. Pepper and Jeannie coming up after this. Randy and Michelle over at 101 in place of Balloon Party today. This has been another edition of the Ryan Kelly Morning After live from the Michelob Ultra Studios.
You're hearing TMA all day on KPN.